Tapping, no capping. Y'all steady fludging. We know what's happening. If it's tapped, then it's fact. If it's capped, it's a rap. Over and over and over and over. Broken record scratching, they lacking, they capping again. They steady smacking their lips and rolling their necks. Eyes twitching cause you really made it out of them jets. You paraselling. Meanwhile, they just flatline, working on the...
It's on you, Jules.
Never tell me how pale I look. I look like I'm Irish or something like that.
I mean, we could have told you that.
Damn. What you say is what? What you do?
I said it's on you, Jules. Go ahead and introduce.
I guess.
I look like a white woman.
Why it sound so loud to me? I got it on 11.
No, that's me. I don't know why the sound coming out of the computer and not out the headphones with everything else.
Oh, okay. So I'm like, I turned this bitch low.
That's
yeah,
crazy.
you want me to just go ahead and take over, just do the introduction?
Yeah, you can intro. Why
It's your
is
boy the Sean, man. You know what I mean? KHAN dot 510. That's the Bay. Just like every Friday, catch me here on Tapping No Capping, where if you're nerdy, you see the what's your opinion. It's been a minute, nigga. I'm fresh off vacation, man. You don't have to excuse me. You have to excuse me. I see Kaori, you feel me, ducking her head down and shit. Hey, players fuck up too, man. Go ahead.
you like that, man? What it do, man? It's your boy Strawhatjuuffy. Make it do what it doofy. You can find me here, there, and everywhere else like air. You feel me? I'm fresh off vacation too, man. My birthday just passed on Monday. So
hey, let's talk about my nigga, man.
Fresh off that birthday.
Happy birthday.
I'm not telling you happy birthday no more because I texted you happy birthday. You didn't say
For real?
Hey, you need to call her the air out queen. She love airing shit out.
I swear I didn't see it. I promise you.
I don't know if it went through. My phone is tripping.
Yeah, check your phone because I'm gonna have to check
It said
mine.
delivered. It said delivered. I was like, well, hell.
It's crazy.
You want to hear happy birthday from me?
That could never be the case, Doc.
That's tough.
But I was about to say I forgot what I was doing. Dr. Kaori Knight, you can find me on Nerd on the Street, as well as the doctor's office, where you get your proper diagnosis and prognosis and everything comics and comic book characters.
See, I was faster on the ball that time. You know what I'm saying?
Kind of.
No, I was on the ball. You know what I'm saying? This, you know what I mean? Go. That's the ad. You feel me? I want to go and get on that.
Oh, for TikTok, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Hey, before we get into all the shenanigans, man, let's go ahead and talk about the updates, man. We've been at it, nigga. Like we all three of us, nigga, been busy. You know what I'm saying? Let's start off with, Dr. K. You know what I mean? What's there to say? What's going on? What you been up to?
Outside of doing the panel for DreamCon, which was really fun, I will also be doing a panel at LA Comic-Con in October. I don't have a day yet, but after it closes on the 15th, then I will have a day and time.
Okay, no. So you need to elaborate. You know what I mean? You need to elaborate. How was DreamCon this year? You met up with Ray. You know what I'm saying? You met up. You know what I'm saying? You did.
I did. I was like, you
got a lot of shit going on, man. It's your first time at DreamCon. Talk about it and get into the
DreamCon. I went Friday. Friday was like mainly my shopping day, and that's when I went around like looking at booths and talking to people and taking pictures. I think that is when I met Ray and a bunch of people from this group chat that we have on Instagram. So that was really fun. The parties were really fun. I got to see, I cannot ever remember how to say his last name. His name is Tony, and he's like an influencer or a content creator actually on TikTok, and I follow him. He was fun when he was walking down. I was very sad that I did not get to see one of my husbands, Leon Thomas. I did not get to see his thing. I think it was literally like either at the same time that I left or it was at the same time as my panel on Saturday.
Okay.
So you missed his little performance.
Yes, I did. I was so sad.
That's
But
crazy.
my panel on Saturday was actually really interesting. Like when I first got there was like a line of people outside, which was a shock to me. I was like, oh, okay. They're like, oh, it hasn't started yet. I was like, oh no, I'm just coming in and set up. They're like, oh, it's your panel. And they all kind of just like filed in. I was like, okay, I'm gonna throw up.
Nervous.
Pinky was like a big help. The video went great, and then of course Blurred assisted with the like talking and asking questions and the filming. So I appreciated that.
That's what's up. That's what's
The
up.
only
Now,
thing that I could say that was negative, I guess, was the lines. There was
That's a good thing, though, right?
That means
people showed up, right?
I mean, they had 20.
That's
I think they had 22 or 25,000 this year, actually, which that's great. However, I was looking for the exhibitor hall.
Oh, so you didn't say what you normally say. You always say, however, common.
Yes, I was looking for the exhibitor hall after my panel. I was trying to change my clothes and change my shoes because my feet hurt. And
you always do that every con.
You took it right out my mouth, man.
I had my combat boots on, but I wanted to wear my slides, and I did not have my slides with me. They were with the Blurred booth. So I was looking for the Blurred booth, and I walked past the exhibitor hall because there was a line. And I'm like, okay, well, let me get in line to get into the exhibitor hall. I kept walking for at least 10 minutes to the end of the gaming hall. And I was like, there's no fucking way that all of you people are trying to get into the exhibitor hall. It was the line for the basketball game. And this guy was like, yo, we've been sitting here for 40 minutes. Actually, we haven't moved. I was like, 40 minutes to get into the exhibitor hall? He was like, no, this is for the basketball game. Let me walk back. Walk back to where I was. And I said, can I get into the exhibitor hall? Oh, she's like, oh yeah, this line's not for that. Thank God. Because sitting in the line for 40 minutes, no.
Didn't you don't they give you like a certain like badge if you're like a panelist or something like that?
Yeah, you get a panelist badge, but it doesn't guarantee, like it doesn't get you to like the front of the line for stuff.
Gotcha. I be maneuvering when I got the press pass. Like I'm like, hey, and they be like, ah. Especially if you like a booth holder. Normally they try to. Sometimes not all the times, but again, like even I don't know about. I ain't gonna speak badly on DreamCon, but I know at most cons, the workers on the floor don't know shit, can't do shit, don't understand shit. So
we were trying to figure out why. I think it was on Friday when everybody was trying to get into the vendor hall. The doors were closed. And we were sitting here for like 15, 20 minutes. And we're sitting there like people kept coming out, but then they kept shutting the door. And I'm like, what are y'all doing? Because the exhibitor hall is open and there are people in there. Like people were in there shopping and taking pictures and people were in there eating. So I'm sitting here like, why are the doors closed? And this girl pulled like two of the workers aside. They're like, I'm not sure. It was this one lady. She walked by. She was like, why are y'all standing outside? We're like, because the doors are closed and locked. She was like, I'll be right back. And she walked in through the doors. And you hear her yelling at somebody through the doors. And she just came and opened every door. I was like, why were they closed to begin with?
That's crazy.
But we still had fun. The parties were fun. Mark Phillips.
I heard Sexy Red was at one of them. Did you see her? Did she perform or what?
Mark Phillips walked past the Blurred booth and looked at our anime board that we had going on, anime tier ranking board.
I saw Leland stop by and hit it up, right? Leland, his cousin. Don't do that.
Yeah, I didn't hear what you said.
Don't do that.
I didn't hear what you said.
You said Mark Phillips whole government. You can't remember Leland?
The supporting character.
I did not hear what you said. I wasn't there when Leland stopped by. I was only there when Mark stopped by.
Man, don't nobody always remember the supporting character. Like,
that's his cousin.
I did not hear what you said. Otherwise, I would have been like, "Oh yeah, he came out." I wasn't over there when he came out.
No, I'm just joking.
I saw Leland at a party because he was coming in as I was leaving, and so everybody was like trying to take pictures with him and stuff like that. So I saw him when he came to the party. I didn't see him at the booth though.
Okay, and how was it hanging out with some of the Blur folks that you never met before? I know you met Pinky for the first time, and I'm pretty sure you met a lot of the other people. How was that?
The only two that I'd never met was Otis's girlfriend and Pinky. So it was Chris, Terrell, and Otis.
Oh, okay, that was it.
Hmm?
Okay, cool. That's what's up. All right,
we had a good time. And by the end, I don't even think we made it because they had the exclusive DreamCon shirt, and I do not think that the shirt made it out of Saturday. Actually, I know it didn't. There was like 2 sizes left, and you had to get them off of the hanger rack. There was nothing in the back.
Yeah,
I think like the only thing they had left to sell was stickers.
One thing I can give RDC World they flowers for is that they know how to capitalize and make money. But give them they flowers on that. You know, I know they make it bank during the cons for sure. Oh, there comes all this. You stupid as fuck. You're a little dumb for that, bro. Hey, so speaking about Ju, you feel me? Go ahead and tell us what you've been up to, man. We know you got some things in the works and whatnot. You know what I mean?
Do I?
Yes,
yeah, a little bit. Yeah. That was a serious question. Just a bit. No, man, I just been thugging, man. Working on this merchandise for my clothing brand, you know, HMMC, me and the highly motivated master and chances. So I've been trying to get that in motion, getting that merch out there, coming up with new designs. I've been trying to get back into more anime and 90s nostalgia cartoon like designs, so I get back into these cons, and so I can start vending again with some merch. I've been prepping for situations of deliberations as well. You feel me? Getting these episodes prepped and making sure the platform is how I want it to look and everything is set up how I need it to be set. So we can get up into these little debacles, you feel me? However you want to do. So we can get into these debacles that we got lined up. And if anybody interested out there, y'all got some hot topics y'all want to talk about that sound like a spicy debate or whatever the case.
Tell them about the lineup.
Oh man, y'all gonna see the lineup. I got a whole little.
All right, you got a little. Okay.
Yeah, the roster coming out. The season. Damn, just fuck me. Huh? I thought she.
No, it's an accident. They got me to do that. You saw
she went first. She went
favorite
first.
DBZ characters. Like, we can answer this real quick, and then Ju, go ahead and finish that. I would say, you know, shout out to my boy.
Shout out
shout out to Kyle Haybear. You feel what I'm saying? We had him on the show. So just based on GP, you feel me? Even before that, PyCon is always
been one of my favorite.
Even before that, yeah. Hey, PyCon has always been like top dog for me. I wish they bring him back. Look at Kaori thinking face, nigga.
Oh, sorry.
PyCon, I mean, you got to give love for Vegeta just for the fact that my boy always put it on the shirt for everybody. You know what I mean? Put the whole team on his back and take the L's for people that can't take it. You feel me? Like,
shout out my partner Yamcha though.
And he kind of he watery now. But...
No, you want to know who one of my favorite characters? And I always say Gohan, but I never really bring him up. This nigga like literally one of my top 3 outside of like Super. And it's my nigga Tien. I don't give a fuck when nobody say Tien.
I respect Tien.
Tien is like, I don't know what happened with the writing with that character. You feel me? But
he should have been, because when he was first introduced in Dragon Ball, he was a problem. That boy was a problem. All he do was train all day. I would say he trained more than Piccolo.
He literally the only person else that trains still outside of all the fighters, like the Earth fighters, Z fighters. He's the only one that still trains.
That's a fact.
Remember, Krillin had even stopped training.
Yeah, he
police and shit. Tien was training. That's why they was damn near considering that nigga for the tournament of power.
Tournament. Yep.
Like, Tien get busy, boy. I love Tien.
What about you, Kay?
Y'all know I hate that goddamn show, but if I had to pick, it'll be Piccolo because I like black people.
What about my nigga?
Black, y'all. Our black, y'all. Our bliggity. He ain't got enough screen time. I'm bliggity black, y'all.
And Gohan, of course, that's my baby. And Trunks was my husband, so.
I think Trunks is just the favorite character design. I think him and Vegeta got like 2 of the hardest character designs. Like, especially when, like, I don't know, it's something about Vegeta when he goes Super Saiyan and stuff after Goku where his shit just look harder. Like, even when that nigga what do you call it? It's not called Super Saiyan.
Oh, Royal Blue. I'm pretty sure.
Royal Blue, and then his is not called Ultra Instinct. It's called Ultra Ego or some shit.
Yeah.
Nigga, it's hard. Like
way harder.
I used to hate that nigga for that. He one of the screamer niggas I talk about.
Yeah.
He in my screamer posts, nigga always screaming and shit. And then when some shit go down, he shit bricks before anybody, but he'd get off before anybody. But he'd shit bricks before anmuch too.
But y'all know exactly what happened with the writing with Tien. That show is called Goku and Them Other Niggas. That's what happened.
Pretty much.
That's what it literally, bruh. That is literally the Temptations. That's David Ruffin and the Temptations. That is.
Nobody come to see you, Otis.
Ain't nobody came to
exactly what happened.
Niggas.
Nah, you trying to say my nigga Vegeta is Otis? That's fucked up.
That is exactly what happened.
Ain't nobody came to see you, niggas. Like, where Goku at? Like, where?
It's always the question. Where's Goku? What are we gonna do?
Right.
We got 17 niggas standing right here. Y'all where one nigga at? Like, where's Goku?
Yeah. And then get their ass beat before.
Which is crazy because his power level in comparison to Vegeta's is not a crazy gap at all. You feel what I'm saying? Like, they rivals. They always one up each other. So I don't understand why it would be ever a situation where it should be like that. But like in a tournament of power, it's literally just his techniques. If Vegeta knew his techniques, Goku techniques, there would be no need for Goku. In my personal opinion,
that's the thing, though. That's the whole point of Vegeta, though. Vegeta can't do it. It's just that based off writing, Goku figures it out first, and then here comes Vegeta with the I can do it too type shit. Like, look at me, I can do it too.
Hold on, though. He was the first person to land a hit on Jiren, though, before Goku did. He was the first person to figure that shit out.
I'm not talking about.
Yeah.
I'm talking about as far as techniques, like figuring out how to go Super Saiyan, figuring out how to control the ape form, and figuring out how to, all the other shit.
They will always keep Vegeta a step behind Goku because the show is called Goku and Them Other Niggas. I keep trying to tell y'all.
I ain't gonna lie, I would watch a show called Goku and Them Other Niggas. I don't know why I just roll off like Goku and Them Other Niggas. This week on Goku and Them Other Niggas.
Hey, just imagine if he had to call the other Z fighters. He like, hey yo, call them other niggas.
Call them other niggas.
Call them other niggas.
Call them other niggas. I'm dead, like for real. Like just imagine.
Especially because that nigga always off dead and shit somewhere. He like call them other niggas.
The other niggas, like, don't he got some partners? Like we gotta wait for this nigga.
Lie, Cuddy. I'm already old school, and I don't really fuck with being on my cell phone too much. I couldn't be Goku, nigga, and having niggas hit me up telepathically, nigga. I'm like, damn, nigga, I can't never get no.
Imagine being in some yams though, and they hit you with Goku. It's King Kai. It's King Kai. Goku. Goku, what are you doing down there? She like Goku. Stop the stroke and listen to your folks. I'm trying to tell you something.
Right. The world is in danger.
Hey, I know the Ox King. Glad he can't do none of that shit. He definitely don't want to see Goku hitting Chi-Chi and my daughter. No, what is going on here?
That's a really good fucking impression, nigga. You sounded just like that nigga.
Oh, wait. The Ox King, one of my favorite niggas from back in the day.
That was a good impression.
The Ox King, cool.
But yeah, man. Me personally, you feel me? I've been blessed. You know what I mean? I had a moment to think about that, man. I've been blessed. You know what I'm saying? I got amazing teammates. You feel me? That'd be Jew, K, and Charlie and all y'all. You feel me? Got a podcast I thought I'd never do. I just hit the pop-out show with Kendrick, my first floor concert that I've never been on floor seats. Went to San Diego Comic-Con for free again. You feel me? Which a lot of people don't make it into. And this is only my second time going to San Diego Comic-Con. And I still made it in. Saw Hall H to see RDJ being presented as Dr. Doom. You feel me? Then right after that, went to Mexico. This is what the hat is for. You feel me? Came straight from Mexico. Took a cruise to Mexico and Catalina and all that shit. And I just got back. Now we doing another show, man. So I've been blessed. I've been doing my thing. Y'all doing y'all thing. So we
what the hat is
having
for.
a good time.
My boy Speedy Gonzalez.
Appreciate that. Hey, Steven, who your favorite character, bro? Appreciate you chiming in.
Yeah,
by the
you
way.
asked the question, man. What's your who your favorite character?
Yeah.
But
After you
while
answer
we
that,
wait on that, we just gotta do an intro, man. Today's episode. It is how I felt when my favorite series ended. So we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into a couple TV shows.
I'm gonna switch you to the other side, bro.
Animes. You ain't got to. It's just
run this show, nigga. That's your idea.
That's cool, but I just like the setup where it's like already whatever.
Wait, hold on. I'm confused. He
It's
said DBZ
awkward.
character, and then he said Iron Man. What? I'm confused.
That's Iron Man. That's what I'm saying. Kaori look weird like that.
It's so weird.
I've gotten used to doing this. That guy.
Whatever.
Now I gotta practice. You do that. I'm gonna have to start practicing with this side.
Extra work.
I just gotta remember it's the opposite side of what I think it is. So if you on my left side to me, I gotta point to you.
Put up this hand.
Yeah.
Point away from you. But no, so it's how I felt when my favorite series ended. So we're gonna get into a couple TV shows, a couple cartoons, and a couple animes. You feel me? And we're gonna see. I don't think nobody chose any movies or any movie series, so we ain't gotta worry about that because that was gonna be a real big one right there with the movie part. But
okay. He said, "Oh wait, DBZ Piccolo." Okay, respect.
How you do that and you ask the question?
Right.
You smoking what I'm smoking, my boy?
Why do you randomly? Hey,
Carter
Jones.
Hellsing.
What's up? We fuck with them? You know what I mean? I fuck with that. You know what I mean? That series, especially the last one. Kaori, what was the last one called?
Oh, I think that's the series he talking about. How he felt. That's probably the series he mentioned it. Probably.
Oh, that makes sense. That
was a good series. I think it was like 2 seasons or 3 seasons.
But I feel like
Ultimate.
Those are those over?
Yes.
Yeah, they are.
I think they ended, gang. I think they ended. Yeah. So we got a few questions set up, man. We gonna ask, how it went, like what gravitated you to that series? Did you grow up watching new episodes weekly, or was there reruns? Because some of us was rerunners, and some of us, got to watch that shit week by week. So we gonna see. I don't know. He said Piccolo too. That was his answer. We got his answer.
Yeah, he said Piccolo. Real one.
Okay.
Steven, a real
one.
I
respect that. All right. So we just gonna get into it, man. We're not gonna try to hold up too much time tonight. Who should I start with? I'm gonna start with a TV show since there's a few more TV shows and cartoons, I think. I'm gonna start with you because I don't remember this show, and it said it was Disney when I Googled it. So let's get into this one.
Kyle XY.
Wow. Yeah.
Kyle XY. There was 3 seasons. It ran from 2006 to 2009. That's Khan's pick, so we gonna automatically get into it. Khan, if you want to make yourself
I'm glad you chose mine first because I feel like mine's is kind of the snore of the picks. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think a lot of people were too into this. I never heard people talking about it, but myself, like I was hella into the show.
Don't go into it yet. Hold on, wait before you do that. Make yourself larger, and I'm gonna set you up. Don't. That's the whole point of the question, so you don't have to run off like that. You know what I mean?
You're right. Go ahead.
You know what I mean? So, I don't know how you. There we go. Boom.
Oh, that's perfect.
So, bam.
You say white.
Question number 1, man, on that Kyle XY TV show. What gravitated you to this series?
So, basically, back during this time in ABC, that's what it was on originally. Back then in 90s, baby, we was ABC kids. You know what I'm saying? That's where all the little cool cartoons and all that stuff
used to be on ABC.
Smallville, you feel me? All them good shows back then in their prime. You know what I'm saying? ABC had a lot of good teen shows and all that stuff for like the family. So at this time, when I heard they was coming out with some sci-fi type of show, I was like, yeah, I'm with it because I was already in the sci-fi and Buffy the Vampire Slayer and all that other stuff. So I was excited for it because Buffy and all them been over with at this time. So I'm like, okay, let me get into it. And basically it's this clone who is Kyle XY, which is, he's a clone, so that's why it's the XY. He was created in a lab, and he's basically supposed to be a person who could pretty much do anything with his mind. He could pretty much figure out anything. He gets on the basketball team because he pretty much does geometry, and he's like, oh yeah, I can put this together, woo, and make shots from crazy places. And it was amazing, man. I really thought it was really dope how the series was set up. You basically have this evil corporation that's trying to steal him back from the family that adopted him, and try to exploit what his talents and all that stuff he's capable of, and all these different things. So then we come to find out that there was, another clone that was made. She was a female, and she was dope as fuck because she was a little bit more loose in the brain than Kyle was. Like in the brain, I said.
I caught that after.
Yeah, because Kyle was kind of like a nice dude, you know what I'm saying? And she was the, hey, nigga, this makes sense to me. Like I said, they geniuses, so 2 + 2 = 4. I gotta kill this nigga type shit. Kyle, like, he had a little bit more humanity because he was adopted, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the, shall I save that or?
Yeah, say that. Yeah, because I got a question for that. Say that. Okay, cool. So it sounds like a dope show. It remind me of that one Disney movie where Bruh cloned himself with the little kit for the seahorses, and it had the chemicals in it. It's like he had his hair in the comb and he used it to stir up the little seahorse thing for his school project, and then it made a clone of him, but the clone was cooler than him, but a little slow. I can't think of the name of it, but it was hard as if somebody know what I'm talking about, pull it up. But Kaori, if you could think of the name, let me know. So I'm gonna get into question number 2 for you on Kyle XY. Did you grow up watching new episodes weekly, or did you watch reruns? And I'm guessing since your first explanation, you was watching this weekly.
It's called The Other Me.
The Other Me. There we go. So I'm guessing you was watching these weekly, you feel me, as they came out, fresh aired. Okay. Right. Okay, that's dope. That's dope.
I didn't watch any reruns.
I was gonna ask it in later on if I got one. So how is it watching stuff weekly and like growing up watching reruns? Is it a different feeling for you for that?
I'm gonna be honest, weekly, we already know what weekly do, bro. You look at shows in today's time that got rebooted, like X-Men 97. When it's weekly, bro, and it's a good content show, weekly hit different because like we so used in this new era of media where we get things so fast and we can just get things on Netflix and run through a series literally in one night or in 2 days, and now we done talking about it. I prefer getting my shit in increments. You know what I'm saying? Like give me a weekly time basis to really flesh out the show so I can have a good time instead of just being like, oh yeah, boom, I'm over with it, and I don't have time to actually fully digest it and break it down, and you know what I mean, and actually be excited for the next episode. You know what I mean? So yeah, no, like I'm from the era where I prefer weekly shows that come out per week.
Okay, dope. All right, question number 3. Who was your favorite character in this show?
Ironically,
favorite character or characters, if it's more than one.
Ironically, I literally only like the 2 clone people because everybody else besides that annoyed the fuck out of me, bro. All his family members, bro, was pissing me off. Like, I didn't like none of them niggas, bro. Everybody else pissed me off. His family was always getting kidnapped. They didn't understand the nigga. Like, oh, he doesn't understand basic humanity. Yeah, nigga, he a clone. Y'all know that. Like, nigga, they need to learn from the Kents and learn how to deal with people that don't understand humanity. Like, bro,
God. Take some pointers, man.
One of my favorite episodes that they did, bro, is it was really dope. And I think in today's time, this will be really nice to decipher. Like, in a
don't do that. Hold that thought, because you said it's one of your favorite episodes. Don't give me too much. Don't give me too much. Go ahead. All right, you feel me? What did you dislike about the series? You kind of just got into some characters you didn't like. So, but like, what did you dislike about the series?
So what I disliked about the series, bro, is that we never got to the climax of the show. So I can talk about that now, like the ending.
Yeah,
right?
You can say that part a little bit.
So now at the ending, right, we finally see Kyle turn up. We finally see him like, nah, fuck Mr. Nice Guy, bro. I'm about to start going bad on people. You feel me? They broke into the house. He threatened his adopted family. And you feel me, the whole nine. So he said, "Oh yeah, I'm done with this nigga." Gave him do an uppercut, made him fly through the door and all types of shit. So it was like, "Oh shit, okay, Kyle, we ain't never seen this side of you."
He was turned
And
up
so
on
now he
that.
on bumpers. So now he on bumpers. Now he about to start hunting them back down. Like, okay, y'all want to keep not letting me live? Now I'm gonna go ahead and shut y'all down. So we was getting ready for the next season to start, so we could start seeing Kyle actually using his intelligence for that type of environment instead of just going to high school and all this other shit. No, now we get to see him being active, and I don't feel like we never got
level.
So that hurt me a lot. Yeah,
I got same sentiments about a show on here too. All right, so was there an important message or emotions you got from watching this series?
So this is why I love this show so much. This show, as much as we are humans and we think we understand each other and emotions and all this other stuff, when people are like grown and they're coming into the world that's like with a baby mindset, like they have to be introduced to everything, like they don't understand the gray, the middle, like they're very surface level, like, oh, it has to be plain and see to understand, black and white. So like questions that's being asked that he would ask, like being who he was, will always stump people, because we have already, what's happening, Captain Diesel, what's happening, bro? Appreciate you chiming in, family. We already have pretty much a program mindset of how we operate with each other, what we expect out of each other, how much we think our limits can go to. And he didn't have any of those. He didn't have any programs from the world that made him operate in a certain fashion or made him think a certain way. And I just thought that type of character was very refreshing and kind of helps you deprogram and question yourself of, why do I act like this? Why do I think like this? Why do I operate?
You kind of gave, and how you explain this, like you kind of gave off that autistic type lifestyle. You know how like autism children, they don't have the same issues around life, and they kind of go on living how comfortably they can be. You feel me? As long as they, get what they need. That's like, he looked at the world in like an autistic way because he had no ties to worldly issues and shit.
Facts.
That's all right. I'm gonna have to catch it. I don't recall ever watching it. Maybe if I go look at it. But
it's a slow build, bro. But I think that because you typically like the same shows, I think you'll like it.
I'm gonna check it out.
I watched it when it first came out, but I don't think I finished.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check it out. I don't recall it. So I'm going to question 6. What's a scene or moment in the series you love to like reenact? Is there one in this show that you have like kind of?
That's what I was going to say. You told me to stop my question, so stop my statement. So one of my favorite moments, and I said I feel like this should have been deciphered in like a classroom, especially in today's time where we talk about toxic masculinity and shit like that. There's a specific episode that I love. I love this episode because it's funny, but it's also very genuine and it's adorable all in the same time, right? So the brother that I told you I can't stand, even though he looks out for Kyle because he's also on the basketball team, he kind of played like a Carl role where he was kind of jealous of Kyle a little bit, but he had to learn to embrace him and be like, nah, I'm gonna be his protector kind of thing. But anyways, Kyle, he didn't understand bromances, like, you know what I mean? He didn't understand man on man friendships. And so like they was like trying to break him into like that male environment and how we interact with each other, and they had to explain it, right? So he's at the bar, he's drinking and all this stuff for the first time, and he's like they try to teach him how to be affectionate but yet masculine at the same time. And so he randomly tells some dude at the club, he was like, he put his hand around him and he was like, I love you, man. And he was like, what, bro? Get up off me. Woo. And they was like, bro, that's not how you do it. You can't just be running up to anybody saying shit like that. He like, what? I thought was being, you know what I mean? And so towards the end of the episode, they go through their trials and tribulations, just like how most men form their friendships. It's normally through a form of like trauma or some type of obstacle that they had to get over together.
Yeah, they was either standoffish at first. They didn't really get along in the beginning, but something happened in life that made them bond. Yeah, that's
right. So it like the Sandlot and shit like that. So
Right.
basically,
You killing me,
boom,
Smalls.
yeah. So basically, at the end of the episode, he puts his hands around all his friends that he was with that night, still drunk in the whole nine, and he was like, "I love you, bro." And then so it came off different because now he understand you got to add a little, you know, I'm saying it like you my brother. I'm saying it like this, and you have to convey it a certain way that it doesn't it doesn't come off gay, it doesn't come off, you know, harassment like or whatever the case may be, because men operate very different. So I just thought that episode was really dope because, again, we live in an era where people talk about toxic masculinity and men don't know how to show affection and shit like that. And I think episodes like that show how we operate, how we think, why we act and do the things we do was really dope. You know what I mean? Especially coming from a man who was at a physically grown age but didn't understand because he didn't grow up being a boy his whole life. You get what I mean? So, yeah.
Word. I respect that. That sounds like a very interesting show. I definitely like that. That sounds dope. Let me see. Do you think this type of show? Let me take that comment down so they can see the question.
I'm pretty sure we pretty much can figure it out, but yeah.
But do you think this type of show would do numbers in today's era of media?
I don't think so, Cuddy. Unfortunately, I wish it would, because I personally, it's like a love of mine. But the reason why I don't feel like it would is because we too spoiled with the Marvel shows, with the, you know what I mean, the action-packed movies we got, and it's hard to compete with, bro. It's hard to compete with. I don't think anybody. I think it would be an oversight. I think it would be a show that was really good and could be really impactful and well written, but I don't feel like the audience today have the attention span to appreciate it like somebody like myself.
Word. And the final question on that would be, did the ending finale do the series justice? And based off what you said, I'm guessing that didn't happen.
That's a hell no. Yeah.
A hell no.
But I still appreciated it because we finally saw Kyle get off. You know what I mean?
So on that last button, I did want to do like a tap or cap, but I don't feel like pressing it. But you know, you cap it, basically, it didn't do what you needed to do. It didn't do it. Okay, cool. All right, we're gonna get into one right here. This is actually one of my favorite on the list. I was shocked when it got put on here, but at this point in time, I'm pretty much gotta learn not to be too shocked at Kaori's list. She's very creative, or if she's not stealing your idea, she's definitely enlightening you on something that you might have forgot or wouldn't have thought to put in that category. But we're gonna go in with it. You feel me? The Golden Girls, you feel me? Shout out Betty White, man. So Golden Girls ran for 7 seasons from 1985 to 1992, man. Shout out to them 90s babies. You feel me? I got you, gang.
Let me get some water.
Yes, sir. Do your thing. So, Miss Knight, what gravitated you to this series, in a series like this? You know, because people like me and you, they wouldn't expect us to watch like Golden Girls and stuff like that. So,
this was forced upon me. The Golden Girls was forced upon me. I did not gravitate to it when I was watching it first, because my grandmother used to watch us. And when Granny was watching us, either my granny or my Aunt Charlotte, when Granny was watching us, it was either Stories or the Golden Girls, In the Heat of the Night, Walker, Texas Ranger,
Matlock, all that shit.
Yeah, Matlock, Andy Griffith. So this was forced upon me, but not in a bad way, because I ended up loving it, actually.
It's a great show. I love Golden Girls. Betty White, you just love her. And honestly, I didn't even like the show for Betty White. When I was watching Golden Girls for the first time, I didn't even know who Betty White was for real. To like know that was Betty White. It was the grandma. It was the old lady, girl mama. Yeah, she was hard. I loved it. Her. Did you grow up watching new episodes weekly or reruns? Considering our age, I know for sure these were reruns. We were watching reruns of this. I caught this actually in the hospital one time. So I was sitting in the hospital, and you know they don't have too much on hospital TV, and it was just doing a marathon of Golden Girls, and I just started catching on.
They do a marathon of Golden Girls every week on either AMC or TV One. Or there's like another channel. that they're just like, hey, here's a rerun of the Golden Girls for the entire week, all day, every day.
Yeah, but it grow. That's how I ain't gonna lie. That's kind of low key how I caught on to Sanford and Son when I was little. But my grandpa used to watch it, but it used to be on back to back to back. So it's like I'm gonna catch it. Eventually, I'm not gonna watch a few episodes, but eventually, like it's on, and I'm just looking at, okay, yeah, this shit funny as hell. And now that's my favorite show. I ain't gonna lie, it's one of my favorite shows, Sanford and Son. Who is your favorite character or characters in the Golden Girls?
All of them, honestly, are a favorite of mine for different reasons. Sophia, because Sophia does not care what it is that you have to say. And she always has, and that's why I actually like her and Dorothy together whenever they have scenes. So, like, when all of them have scenes together, and if you're looking for a quick comeback, either Dorothy or Sophia got it. In space.
Sophia reminds me of like the old white version of Sugar Mama off Proud Family.
Yes,
that's who them two is. Them two in the room together, no problem. I guarantee you.
I loved Rose just because she brought that balance, but then of course her just being so many steps behind all the time was too fucking funny.
Rose was the Barbie, the perk. She was the girly girl, and she got around too.
No, that's
That's
Blanche.
That's Blanche. That's the one that thought she was the pretty one of the group, the little blonde one.
No, Miss Delusional. Yeah.
Her in the blue.
Yeah.
Her and she got around. Boy, I was like, damn. Well, okay.
Listen, when she thought that episode, she thought she was pregnant, and they said, "Well, who is it?" Let me pull out my books. And she has like
she had a list of niggas like shit. I was with Wooty Woo Thursday, fuck with Tom on Friday. Saturday I had lunch with Bob. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like,
I love all of them, honestly.
No, I give you that. What did you dislike about this series?
That's hard. I can't even really say that I disliked anything because even all the characters that they brought in, like Stan. Well, I guess I can. The thing with Stan and Dorothy, because I being married one time myself, I can understand like how married people who used to be married and currently are divorced try to operate, right? Especially like when you have kids and whatnot. But it always seemed like the only person that really, truly gave a damn about her feelings in her immediate family, besides her mother, was her daughter. Because Stan and her son, Michael, I'm like, are y'all okay? Like, Stan constantly coming over, trying to, like, rekindle that relationship, even when he was married to, like, a whole other person that he cheated on her with. Like, 35 years, you don't still need to be here. And I understood that was part of like her storyline in the show, but it just like it kept feeling like whenever she did find somebody who was good for her, they would end it for her so that they would then set up whatever entanglement was about to happen with Stan. Shut up, Charlie.
That's a good way to put it. That's a good way to put it. Stan said he made a mistake, y'all. Do y'all agree that Stan said he made a mistake? Y'all agree?
He always said he made a mistake. It was always, I made a mistake.
But that's how them old loves was back then, and them type of shows when they came to that type of character where like they had break up to make up. That was the break up to make up character. Where we together
and I was very glad that they just like she finally stood up for her own emotions because it was a lot to keep doing that to her. When you know that you're the very next like set of like 4 or 5 episodes, you're gonna have Stan coming back and then like rekindling it for a minute just to break it off again. And I'm like, okay.
A real Rolling Stone for sure.
Right.
All right. Was there any important messages or emotions you got from watching the series?
Yes. So the the episodes where they dealt with like the hard stuff. So Blanche had to deal with her brother being gay. The episode where
Oh, you gotta see the classic comment of the night, Charlie. That's Speedy Gonzalez.
the one where they were talking about Blanche having to deal with her brother being gay. The one where they were talking about Michael getting married to a black woman. The one where they had to deal with mental problems, or well, not mental, but Alzheimer's, when Sophia had that friend at the dock that she would go sit with, and then he ended up having an episode and having to leave. And it was something she didn't understand because she had never been around somebody like that. The assisted suicide of one of her friends, like those episodes where it got really, really heavy. I was like, you know, those are definitely lessons for especially like younger people. You may not necessarily be into like the humor, I guess, but when they have those serious episodes about racism and about homophobia and about sexism, about sexual harassment, when Blanche went to school and her teacher said, "You can't pass my class unless you sleep with me." And how she ended up in that situation by studying her ass off, and she got a B.
Like motherfucker.
You know what I'm saying? So I enjoyed those episodes just because it was just like different from how that was being handled in different shows. When Rose thought she had AIDS or HIV, yeah,
and that was a big thing at that time too, because it was new. People were scared of that shit. Real. No, them was awesome heavy episodes right there though.
Yeah, but I didn't even know. I guess that the reason why I'm quiet is because I didn't really watch it. Like my grandma maybe watched one episode or not, but I grew up more on black sitcoms. So like I heard Charlie bring it up, I heard Duke bring it up. So apparently it must have been a great show. You feel me? If Kaori and all the people I fuck with watched it, so I mean,
Golden Girls is hilarious. I binge Golden Girls once a month because it's almost impossible not to. It's funny and it's a fun watch, and you get like they spend so much time with all of the characters that you end up getting attached to the characters. So like it's as long as it's ever like whenever it's on HBO Max or Hulu, as long as it's sitting there, I'm sitting there watching it.
Or if you ever somewhere with no cable, you just got basic satellite. Golden Girls is on there. Find one of the little channels. Golden Girls is on there for surely. Let me see. So, do you think this type of show would do numbers in today's era of media?
Yes, because they have it on today still literally every week. As long as you can find the channel, every week the Golden Girls is on. Even when Betty White went to Hot in Cleveland, people were still talking to her about Golden Girls, and she's like, you know, I sit and watch reruns all the time. It actually kind of shocked me to find out that Beatrice Arthur and Betty White didn't like each other. But you can also see that sometimes in the back and forth that they've had on the show, like whenever Rose would say something and Dorothy would say something extremely horrible, like as a comeback, and I was just like, you can definitely tell that at some point in time here that they did not like
that was improv like a motherfucker right there. That was not in the script, Bobby.
Yeah, I think if they were, because you know they also tried to do it again with like an all black female cast. I don't think that would work, but it does numbers continuously still.
Why not?
I don't. The first of all, the cast that they chose didn't, as a fan cast, because they didn't officially pick people, but the fan cast people were choosing, it didn't really feel like they would be able to mesh, and it didn't feel like it would be able to capture the originality of the Golden Girls. Because I mean, you could do a show like that and just call it something else. It didn't have to be the Golden Girls. It could have been something else and been something like the Golden Girls. But they chose just like personalities that didn't even halfway reflect the personalities in the original Golden Girls. I don't think that would work.
Okay.
I respect it. Did the ending finale do the series justice?
Let me tell you, I boohoo cried.
Oh, that's a good point, Charlie.
Yeah.
It is girlfriends with old people.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, it's a younger, you know what I mean? But yeah.
I boohoo cried on this season finale. I 100% think it did the show justice. It finally got to a point where Dorothy was able to be happy. She ended up getting married to Blanche's uncle, which was Blanche's fault to begin with, because she didn't want to spend any time with her uncle, knowing that her uncle was lonely, and set him up with Dorothy. They pretended not to like each other and then started falling for each other. They ended up getting married, and she ended up moving out of the house. I cry every single time. I already know what's going to happen. I cry every single time. It is so good. Only for them to essentially they moved to the spin-off show Golden Palace, which is also on Hulu. And I think Dorothy shows up once or twice, which I was kind of happy about, but tears. I think it did justice to the show. It did justice to all of them, because it showed like the bond that they really did truly have, because Dorothy couldn't just walk out. She came back probably about 3 or 4 times before she finally when she finally just didn't come back, none of the doors open, and they looked around and realized she was finally gone. I was like, yeah. Heartbreak.
Walk out that door and never return.
Man.
That's how I felt on the Fresh Prince, bro. When they left, I was like, damn, they walked out that door and they ain't coming back. Fuck. I was like, damn. Oh, we're gonna have to do that episode finales.
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 I like that.
Like that in the 90s nostalgia, sitcom finales type shit.
I like that. I can do that.
All right. All right.
My
turn. I guess it's gonna be my turn now. Huh?
You gonna operate for yourself? You want to just talk?
No, you could. I could pull it up. I got you.
Yeah.
Don't even trip. Fuck it. Since we're doing live actions right now,
why you got the best flyer? I feel like you put more time on yours, cuz.
Come on, gang. That's cap. That Golden Girls on fire, man. Come on, man.
I wasn't clean. I said, why is yours the most clean one, nigga? I'm saying they
because it's the ruggedness. You got. I feel like one of yours is the hardest though. When yours come up.
Look at that. Come on.
It just, bro, the aesthetics fit the background. That's all.
That's hard, cuz.
Come on, bro. So yeah, man, The Wire, man. 5 seasons.
That Michael B. Jordan with the fresh Iverson.
Yeah, young Michael B. Man, 5 seasons, 2002 to 2008, man. Hey. So what gravitated me to this series? So for me, man, like Khan always loved to say on here, I never say it really, but I'm from East Stokely, man. You know, the West, man. So like Baltimore was like a show, and this show based in Baltimore, and I don't know, it just seems so familiar, you know, outside of the language and the lingo and kind of a little bit. The show just seems so familiar. Like I go to school.
Get Charlie out of the comment section.
Like I go to school with these type of niggas. I see these type of teachers. I see this. Like this is my life. This is what I see every day. You feel me? And it just relate to see it on TV and just unfold like that. Was just like, okay, we're gonna see what this hit for. Okay, these little, you know what I mean? And I didn't get into The Wire until probably like season 2. So for me at that time, niggas was just getting comfortable in their roles and all kinds of shit. So it was really going down. They was after Avon and motherfucking Stringer was running shit and they were doing their thuggy, you feel me? So I'm like, oh yeah, this show fire. So I was like, yeah, let me watch this. Niggas get busy. Yeah, be more, man. Shout out to Baltimore, man. I did a post a while back too where I was like, what what was your introduction to Baltimore as a West Coast person? And I chose this show as one of the options. This, I think, Street and something else, and it's like they all Baltimore show, and it's like everybody know The Wire is how niggas found out how Baltimore got there. It's like, yeah, okay. Did you grow up watching new episodes weekly or reruns? So I didn't catch it till season 2, but after that, like everything was new episodes. You feel me? Especially the last 2 seasons where the young niggas came and shit. Michael and all of them, and the Mind and all of them. So I was watching that. That's when BT got a hold of it. Because I think at first it was like HBO or something like that. I can't remember what it was on. But then I know the last 2 seasons, BT caught on to it. And I think I was like 10th grade at that time too. So it was really going down. So I'm like, oh yeah, it's stuck. And then that's when they brought the young dudes in. So it was like a whole kind of like fresh cast with some older dudes in it still. But like the niggas on the block was a whole
really
young
feel
core.
like during this time frame, bro, there was a scene. I don't know. Let me know if I'm cutting you off. I don't want to cut you off. I just want to.
Go ahead.
During the time Michael B was in the show and shit. Like I saw a reel earlier today where they were talking about why Black people gravitate to anime so much, and they said it has to be something about the storytelling that makes them relate to the shows of struggle, because normally that is the Black or people of ethnic groups, you know what I'm saying, or disfranchised groups story, you know what I'm saying. So like, just in my mind, talking to you right now, hearing you talk about The Wire and how it was, and we both coming from Oakland. When you watch One Piece and how Luffy grew up, they grew up picking up pikes and all that stuff, fighting grown adults and all this other stuff. And in The Wire, that's how the youngins grow up, because they don't got pistols and all.
Orphans, all of that.
Right,
niggas
picking up everything that's on the streets. You feel me?
Missing parents,
bags, glasses, all that other stuff to defend yourself, because that's the type of environment that we was raised in. So I just want to put that out there. I just want to make that correlation.
No, facts. That's definitely what it was. You feel me? Yeah, I mean, who was your favorite character? Believe it or not, man, I got 2 favorite characters. Weebay was one of my first favorite characters because he was loyal, and it was just something about seeing a nigga just be loyal to his partners. Even sometimes when they had shit going on, they wasn't giving you all the information. It's like, bro, never asked no questions. And like I've been saying to everybody, when I play video games or where I run life, I'm a supporting character. You feel me? I don't like the spotlight for real. I like, helping somebody build up something. You feel me? I'm a supporting character. I like to be Vegeta. I want to be Bakugo. I want to be Zoro. I want to be the supporting nigga. Man, I want to see, you know what I mean? So Weebay, they ask no questions, bro. He did his Dougie. And then rest in peace, bro. I always forget his name, but Omar, bro. Omar was a thug. He didn't give a fuck about nothing. No, I'm talking about his real name.
The actor's name.
Michael Kenneth Williams. Rest in peace. But bruh didn't care about nothing. He gay, everything. He was open. Everybody knew what's up. Even his little side pieces was gangsters, though. To keep it 100, they went out, whatever they would slide. And then I loved it. Omar message. Omar never sold drugs. Omar never went against no innocent bystander. He was hitting drug dealers. You feel me? He was a vigilante. He was on his Punisher shit. You feel me? He was like the nigga Punisher to me. You feel me? Growing up reading comics at the time. That's how I looked at it. Omar was like the nigga Punisher. And bro was really running through shit with that shotty though. That
nigga was really the boogeyman, bro.
With the trench coat on my mama with that whistle, bro. To this day, I whistle like, bro. That nigga come whistling, bro. Hey, it's over for you. Know what's going on. The streets was clear, bro. Omar coming. Like, nigga, everybody running, nigga. Everybody locking up their doors and shit, bro. Bro, you know how gangster you gotta be to be getting up from with your dude to go get some Honey Nut Cheerios, because that nigga love his Honey Nut Cheerios. And you just go stand and light a cigarette, and they thinking you hitting a lick, and they just drop the dope down. You wasn't even thinking about it. You literally was just going to the store to get some cereal, and you stop to light your cigarette, and they think you pressing this. You in your robe. And this nigga was in a robe, his shower robe. And they dropped the load. I'm like, oh yeah. Don't fuck with Omar. Don't fuck with Omar. Omar was him.
He was,
and him, both of my favorite characters went out cold. I never liked it. You feel me? But them my 2 favorite characters, though. You feel me? Real niggas. You feel me? Let me see. So what did you dislike about this series? What I dislike, I didn't really not dislike nothing, to be honest. Like the story plot was well put together season after season. It did hurt seeing like certain characters die, you feel me?
Especially in the fashion that they died.
Yeah, for sure. Because I'm gonna tell you what I didn't like. So Michael B. Jordan character, he did some whole ass shit. He did snitch. And he got sent off, and it was his dumb ass. He came back, but it was out of a kind heart because he was taking care of the orphanage kids and the kids whose parents was on that shit. He was the one looking after all them kids and them bandos and stuff. And bruh came back and Pooh and I got it right here. What's his name? Pooh a cold nigga though, but
that's
Pooh
and Bodie. Solo Dolo.
He did though. Yeah. Pooh and Bodie though, bruh. They had to go hit the lick, and they was like this. That was the crew, you feel me?
Right.
So when they had to be the ones to put in the work, you feel me? It was just crazy, but it was crazy because you would have thought Bodie would have did it, but he was the one hurt the most, and this nigga Pooh ended up just grabbing the gun and popping out. I was so mad. Since the first time I watched it to when I rewatched it to when I got it on DVD, that scene always make me hot, bro. It was just like, bro, y'all didn't have to do Wallace like that, bro.
It was tough. I thought they were just gonna send him off, bro. I thought they were just gonna let him.
He should have stayed in the country, bro. But it was just crazy to see, and I know it hurt, but see Pooh pull that trigger though. It was just like, damn, bro, that shit was crazy to me. I'm like,
because even though he did snitch, Brett was the youngest nigga that actually was holding it down though. Like he was the best soldier that they had at the time. So
he was fucking up count, bro. He wasn't. That nigga Wallace.
No, remember though,
remember they was trying to get the nigga to go back to school, bro, because Wallace couldn't count, bro, and the nigga was fucking up count. That's how he got demoted, and he went back to Lookout.
Stupid, bro.
You feel me? Wallace had got demoted and got sent back to Lookout. He was fucking up count, gang. You feel me? It was just though he was the youngest on the show, and it was just like you could relate to his innocence more because I was young. You feel me? So it's like, damn, to see, it's like watching your partner, you know, like, damn, they just killed the homie, like. Going to school one day, Wallace gone. You feel me? Or how you think them kids felt coming back? You know, or you know, Wallace ain't there no more. Like, damn, we just got Wallace back, and now Wallace gone again. But this time, Wallace for sure ain't coming back. You feel me? How my hair look, Mike? Hey, that's my shit though. We gonna get it to Snoop though. That's my favorite scene. We gonna talk about my hey. Snoop went out like a G. You feel me? So, was there an important message or emotions you got from watching the series? So for me, man, like I said in the beginning, man, it was just the whole point of being able to relate to society and then also being able to see like the crookedness and also the goodness between the government, politicians, the police. You seen them do something good, but also you seen them in the heat of the moment or for the sake of their job or their partner, they did some fuck shit. You feel me? That kind of, you seen how it became detrimental to like civilians like us. You feel me? When they doing what they doing. So it was like, it gave me an eye opener. It was one of the first shows I seen as a kid to get an eye opener on how life is behind the curtain. You feel me? Like everything ain't always what it seems to be, and at the same time, you feel me? Every action has a reaction. You feel me? I learned that as well from this show. So it was big for me like that. So The Wire, that's how I feel about Top Boy. Top Boy is Top Boy is the London version of The Wire to me, and it just like you can relate with The Wire,
but it's
but I'm just saying it is literally, bro. The Top Boy is the London version of The
Wire. I
also
want to say that watching The Wire, they gave you some of the best quotables, bro. Like the lines that they said, bro. Especially, you know what I mean, Idris Elba being in the show, like them lines and how they deliver it and when they said it, the way they set up the scene, bro, was like real shit, bro. Like that shit helped you grow up in life. Like you applied that to real life. Like, okay, yeah, bet. Like,
and also with The Wire too, you know, I brought up on this show before because it's not the first time we spoke about The Wire on here, but it's even when fucking being introduction to Idris Elba, not knowing that bro was acting back then. When I seen Pacific Rim and stuff like that, I thought bro was acting then. Right. To find out bro was acting to our introduction to him and like Daddy's Little Girl from Tyler Perry movies, like this nigga was acting then. Like this nigga talked like this for real. Like The Wire was crazy, bro. The cast was amazing too, bro. Like the cast was amazing.
We had like guest star from rappers like Method Man and all types of people. So
Method Man was in the show for a minute too. That nigga Cheese. But I also another thing I didn't like, bro, how they did that nigga D'Angelo, that nigga Avon nephew, how that nigga Stringer got him hung up in the jail cell because he's like he gonna tell, but that was some whole ass shit too. You feel me? On the right question, yeah. What it say? What's a scene moment in the series you love to reenact? I ain't gonna lie, I just love always saying, "Oh, more coming, oh, more coming." I say it all the time, nigga. It was like, "Oh, more coming, oh, more coming." But no, somebody just mentioned it though in the comments. My favorite scene, bro, is when this nigga Michael knew these motherfuckers was about to kill him, nigga. Yeah. It was like, bro, Mike knew, and Mike was a thoroughbred. You feel me? Because he didn't even want to be a part of that life, but he a real thoroughbred. You feel me? So Mike, like, I already know what's going on. Like, I gotta survive for my little brother. You feel me? You know what I mean? Bro, that nigga, he had his pole. That bitch told him to leave that motherfucker. He brought that shit anyway, man. Hey, bitch. He like, oh, so you knew? She like, oh, you knew, huh? He like, yeah. Like, all right, it's cool. That bitch still went out like a gangster though. She got the rubbing them crispy ass braids. How my hair look, Mike? See how my hair look, Mike? It look good. It look good. We say it look good, girl. And bow. All you see, I'm like, ooh. I'm like, that was some cold shit. Like the build up to that moment made that scene just like that nigga Mike got my respect for sure. I already respected him for what he did for Dookie and shit, because Naman was a bitch. The little nigga, Weebay son at that. The little nigga with the long hair. This nigga was not his father's child. Hey, yeah, it was look good, girl. So, bruh, man, that nigga Naman used to pick on Dookie. Then he used to do fake ass shit like he was really like that and wasn't. Then when them niggas went against them other niggas and with the piss balloons, that nigga hid like a bitch and act like he really did something. And Mike had to get on him. Like, I always respected Mike, bro. Like, Mike was a real nigga, bro. He rode for his team for sure. Always. You fuck that. Fuck what's the name, bitch ass though?
Who?
What's his bitch ass name? The snitch ass nigga.
Oh yeah.
Randy bitch ass.
Yeah.
That bitch ass nigga Randy. Yeah, bitch ass nigga Randy. We don't fuck with Randy though. Fuck him. We don't fuck with no Randys around here. Did the ending finale do the series justice? I believe so, man. The series ended on a perfect note. One thing I do hate is how, like I said, Weebay went to jail for life. He took the rap for everything. That nigga took the rap for everything. Nigga, he went in there like, yeah, I did this. I killed him. Oh yeah, I did that one. No, I knocked bro down over there. Oh yeah, I killed that bitch. And yeah. Bruh. Omar though.
Man,
Omar got knocked down by Kennard bitch ass. Man. The same nigga that got slapped up for stealing from the stash, and this nigga Kennard went in there and popped my nigga Omar in the liquor store, bro. I was so because like everything was done. He got everybody. Avon was gone. Motherfucking Stringer was gone. Motherfucking what's the nigga with the scar? Marlo Stanfield. Everybody was done for. The nigga cleared the streets. Man, this nigga got popped. What he say?
Back down. I don't know
what he say. What little dude name might be? Kennard, bro. Kennard, bitch ass, bro. In the pub code. Look, man, fuck Kennard, bro. Bro. The series ended great. Don't get me wrong, but when I say that shit made me mad that he got knocked down by the all people and it was Kennard, my nigga.
Of all people, bro. A little one.
When the nigga got hit like 4-5 times in the series throughout, you feel me? But to get killed, headshot by this nigga Kennard, bro, is crazy. If y'all know, y'all know. Y'all know Kennard. Y'all know.
I also want to say, though, I actually appreciate how they depicted the cops in this show. I think that was refreshing because in every other show we always right? Every other show we get to see cops being depicted as these heroic niggas, but I love they got depicted in how the hood looks at cops and how they actually be operating. You know what I mean? Setting niggas up, you know what I mean, lying on motherfuckers. Some of them actually on drugs. Some of them are alcoholics. Some of them got terrible marriages. All types of shit. They gangsters and thugs too.
That's why I
Also,
said it gave me an insight on how, you know, some cops could, 1 minute they nice, 1 minute they do some fucked up shit, and how the shit was just flip-flopping around. Like Kima, she was hella good to Bubbles, but look at the motherfuckers that worked around her. They treated Bubbles like shit.
Exactly.
You feel me? They treated Bubbles like a second-rate dolphin, but Kima was always nice to that nigga.
Right. And I like how they would pull up on the some of the dudes on the block, like, because you know they've been on the block their whole life. They've been patrolling the block their whole life, so they actually know each other. They like, oh, bro, woo 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 woo. And they just be chopping it up, like, you feel me, like they colleagues or so, and they be checking.
That nigga Carver was out there. He got promoted.
You ain't talking about the count yet? Oh, you need to get him straight. Like they be talking like that. I was like,
bro, remember when they gave the niggas sanction to sell dope on the block? They gave them niggas their own little neighborhood. It was like, yeah, man, we gonna let y'all. Bro lost his job behind that shit, but that was crazy. All right, man.
But it was smart though, because bro was basically just trying to keep it in control. Because he like, if I try to stump on everything, it's gonna get chaotic. Because these other motherfuckers ain't gonna know how to run shit. So, bro, just do this shit over here. We cool.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
and then bro got caught up for that shit because everybody, the higher ups, didn't know. All right, we're gonna get into some animated shit. You know, we did a couple live action, so you know. This one I want to say, bro, he talking about my flyer. Hey, let's talk about it. Because if you really wanted it,
it's still not with it, bro. I don't care what you talking about.
Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego, man? This is a 4-season series. It went from 1994 to 1999. It actually has a current reboot, I think, right now. Different animation and everything. Totally different animation. But I think it's another current, like a more kiddie-friendly version out now.
Right.
But yeah, man, let's talk about it, man. Carmen Sandiego, man, we grew up watching that, boy. I ended up going on a trip before you get into it. I ended up going on my first trip ever to San Diego because I used to watch this show so much and play the game that I thought she was San Diego. So, like, I just always talked about it. My grandparents woke me up in the middle of the night one night and just loaded up the car, and we went on vacation to San Diego for the weekend. You feel me? It was no Carmen there because I kept asking, "Where's Carmen? Where's Carmen?" But hey, it was cool for that to be the reason my first trip to San Diego took place. That was definitely dope. But yeah, man, let's talk about it. Con, let me get you in position.
I feel like because we had an hour and 11 minutes, let's try to like skip some of the questions. Let's get like limited to maybe 3 or something like that because we still got a whole nother. You know what I mean? This is cartoon, but we got anime next. You feel me? So I don't want to keep everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to rush through it, but I don't want to make sure we get through it all. You know what I mean?
All right, we'll go. We'll grab it. You can kind of answer multiple questions in one then. So
there you go. I can do that.
What gravitated you to this series? And did you grow up watching new episodes weekly or reruns?
So unfortunately, bro, I actually grew up on the reruns. I actually didn't watch it every day. You feel me? So I wasn't in the midst of Carmen San Diego when it was like dumb popular. I was like in school one day, somebody was playing a game, and I said, "Oh, what game is this?" It's Carmen San Diego. I said, "Oh, how you play?" And he's like, "Oh, basically you trying to catch her. Whoa, did it is. It's a show." I said, "It's a show? You ain't heard about Carmen San Diego?" "Yeah, nah, I ain't never heard." "Oh, nigga, you need to watch." I said, "All right, fuck it." So I started looking for it and shit, and I was like, "Okay, bet." I started like watching like YouTube videos and shit like that. So yeah, bro, because this is before like we had hella streaming services, so I had to look for the shit. But yeah, bro, like it was a good show, bro. It was very popular.
You watched it on TV?
I didn't. I watched maybe like a few, but I had to catch it, so I never.
It was every morning. It was every morning at 7:30.
Yeah, I'm at school though. You feel me? So I didn't get time to actually watch it. So every time I would catch it, it would be like, you feel me? I think I caught it maybe on the weekend or during my summer or some shit like that. But I never actually was able to watch it, bro. Like, you know what I mean? On TV every day. So I kind of watched it trying to catch up because once I found out what it was and what it was about, I was like hooked. And I was like, oh, how can I watch this? Kind of like Naruto. Like when I found out Naruto was more than just like a cartoon on Cartoon Network and it was online, I said, oh, I gotta find this shit. So that's how that was.
Tragic.
I'm dead. So who's your favorite character outside of Carmen? Because I mean, you know, it's only really 2 other people.
I mean, I like. Actually, this is one of those shows I actually like all the characters. Like, I love I think they was. I don't know if they was twins or like they was brothers and sisters or something like that. Or
I forgot because they had a few scenes where they was kind of like flirty.
Yeah, that's all I wasn't sure, but you know what I mean. I like them too. I like how they basically almost caught her hella times, bro. But then like it was times that you feel me, just made a mistake.
Because technically the show was really about them.
Yeah, it was supposed to be, you know what I mean? But yeah, I liked them. I like the pet. I like Carmen Sandiego. I like all the gadgets and gizmos she had to get away, and you know what I mean, the whole nine. I liked everything about it.
That's lit. Would like anything you dislike about that show? I mean, you really couldn't.
I could say I disliked it, but I don't. The one thing so I wanted to make this a post one day, which is, or even make it a situation deliberations episode or whatever. But could Kim Possible catch, you know, Carmen Sandiego? And the reason why I was gonna post this question is because one of the things I was like, so Carmen Sandiego was fire, but I'm like, bro, which is like, I like it, but I dislike it. One thing I like about Kim Possible is that she has swag. And she could switch up her outfit multiple times and shit like that. Carmen Sandiego pretty much wore the same red outfit, and which was cool, but it was like, how she can't get caught if niggas know you look for the bitch with the red trench coat with the red hat. Like, how y'all missing her every time? So it's kind of cold in one sense, because it's like, bro, she making it easy to find, but nobody can catch her. But it was also like, damn, I wish that I could see more spy shit where it's like, you're being more incognito. You're being more like trying to blend in with your environment or use different like accents and, you know, different stuff like that spies do. You feel me? So I kind of wish that was implemented more. Fire. Yeah, that was about it.
I like
also,
to see
Kim did watch the reboot, and I do like what they did with it. So yeah,
I haven't seen it yet. I just noticed it.
The reboot was fire.
Was there an important message or emotions you got from watching this series, or anything, you know, stood out to you growing up watching it?
Well, basically the thing with Carmen Sandiego is that she was never really doing it for her own personal gain. Her sitting here stealing all this shit wasn't never about like, oh, I want to have all the riches in the world. It was the whole fact that these companies and corporations who are stealing these things are evil. So the message is that the monetary gain in life wasn't really important. It's always about the people in the substance of what these things symbolize. So like, you know what I mean? Like this painting and why this painting means something to so many people, which is why it's important. Not because there's a dollar value on it, but because what it means to the people that it came from. So I think that was an important message.
That's lit. What's a scene or moment in the series you love to reenact?
I would just say, like I said, there's a couple of scenes where they almost caught her, and you know, Carmen Sandiego would pretty much play chicken with them and give them an ultimatum. So I think it was kind of dope, just seeing them being so close to catching her so many different times, and her basically toying with that idea of and letting herself be caught. I think that was my
definitely was fishing.
She let herself get caught one time just to prove she can get out the shit. I was like, oh, Carmen really with the shits, like. How you let yourself get caught, like roped up and all, and still make it out of it and say that was a part of your plan? That's hard.
She really did kind of always hint to them, like, "Hey, I really just enjoy y'all like cat and mouse games. So like, y'all really can't fuck with me like for real." Really. They siblings, okay. She's like, I really just enjoy this cat and mouse game. I love y'all enthusiasm. I love y'all drive, but y'all really couldn't fuck with me for real.
Right.
Like, you know I leave y'all clues to see how good y'all is at solving puzzles. She's like, I leave y'all clues on purpose just to see how good y'all are at solving puzzles. Because in reality, y'all couldn't fuck with me for real.
Right.
Like she was getting into pyramids and facilities like that.
Never been able to get into. Now I was like,
in and out that motherfucker. In and out.
Yeah. It was certain episodes they would even show us. I was like, they didn't even show us how she got in. That'd be most like and I think that's also what I love the most about the show was the mystery. The mystery of like, how, bitch? How? That's
Hey,
not
she
possible.
cold
Like
business.
even the people that was investigating, they would break it down. Like, nah, this is sealed off. You can't get in this way. You only can get in through the front entrance. And they got this and they got that. And she be right there chilling. And it'd be like, bitch, how? How
Like
did you
nothing
get
never
here?
happened. Like nothing never happened.
But
You
yeah,
ain't
also I
fucking with
thought it was
her.
dope how she used people to her advantage. Like she knows all her opponents or all the pieces that are operating whatever facility, and she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna let these niggas do the work for me." Or I know if I do X, Y, and Z, they gonna react X, Y, and Z. So I don't know. She's just a mastermind, bro. I respect that. I love any show where it's a mastermind and they just know how to manipulate people to their benefit. You know what I mean? I think that's why we love shows like Naruto and we got Madara or we got Aizen from Bleach, you know what I mean? Just because the way they can think on that level is just mind blowing. But yeah,
that mastermind shit. Yeah, I definitely agree with you. So what was I gonna say? Well, I was gonna put the last two together. So how was the finale? Did the finale do you justice? And do you think that this show could do numbers in this area? And I'm thinking that yes, to consider it's got a reboot, but like this actual show, not the if they didn't like revamp it, do you
this
think
is
that
gonna
this
be
show,
one of those conversations. I'm pretty sure Kaori gonna be like, "Who is your circle?" Because in my mind, I would say no. Because I loved it, and even though it does have a healthy fan base, and yes, it did get a reboot, I'm the only nigga I know that watched the reboot. I literally reached out,
I
to, "Hey,
haven't
y'all saw
seen
the
it.
new woo woo?" Nah, it's good. Like it was good. It was really the new Kim Possible, but Carmen Sandiego within that same teenage era. You feel what I'm saying? So you get to see her actually learn how to be Carmen Sandiego, and that shit was fire, nigga. It was clean. Like it was dope. Like I like it was a little bit more comedy put into the show, which I can appreciate. You know what I'm saying? And it was this one dude, I forget his name, but he was like a master samurai, and he was her like teacher, and he was fire as fuck. He looked like Samurai Jack, clean as fuck. So he was my favorite side character. But anyways, that's the reboot. All that to say, I would hope so, but the proof is that nah, because it hasn't continued, and I feel like the show was good enough to where it should have. So that's just my personal opinion.
I respect it. I'm gonna go on this one just because Kaori doesn't have any animated choices. So, oh wait, you do. I'm lying. Kill Game Front Sport. I'm bullshitting. Alrighty. Sorry about that. I'm sorry about the disrespect, Kay. I'm sorry about the disrespect. I ain't know no better. My mama didn't raise me right. All right, we're gonna talk about it. Justice League Unlimited. You feel me?
Charlie would like that one.
2004 to 2006. This is not the regular Justice League show. This is the unlimited version where they got all the other superheroes to come in. You feel me? So
I kind of, before we go, I just want to say I liked how in the beginning when we were talking about the TV shows, every one that we brought up, only one other person knew the other show. Everybody in every other one, like one person didn't know the show. I thought that was pretty cool. But
yeah, that's dope. It's always a learning moment for all of us. Like I said before, I said Kaori pick. It's either she gonna put us on to some shit we wouldn't expect, or she gonna steal, thief.
Thanks.
Thief.
That's like Carmen Sandiego, nigga.
Hey, get your list in before she do. Get your list in before she do.
As soon as y'all said this one, I sent mine first.
Hey, you did too, quick fast. I'm like, damn, we ain't even off the call yet. Her list in.
That's what's up. All right, go ahead.
What was the question? I'm sorry.
All right. No, I had just seen your message, Kaori. Everything good though?
I
just literally seen your message. Everything good though?
What? The one where she fell?
yeah. Don't bust her out. Don't tell her business like that. Crazy. All right. So let's get into it. So what gravitated you to this series, and did you grow up watching this weekly or did you watch reruns?
I grew up watching this weekly because it came out when I was 12. And what gravitated, I think Justice League started first, of course. So as soon as they had announced Justice League Unlimited as like the sequel series, I was like, let's do that. Let's go ahead and do that. Because especially with how like the Justice League series ended anyway.
It ended ass.
Mhm.
You
Right?
say it. Justice League, the regular season series,
Yeah.
the season for that ass.
When they said,
Ended
I didn't like the ending for that. So as soon
Same,
as they said that they were doing a
same
sequel
for
series,
Young Justice. Young Justice ended ass. They wrong for that, and that shit was good. They ended ass.
yeah,
DC just
Wait, you
fumbled.
thought Young Justice ended ass?
Yes.
like all the way ended.
You talking
Yes.
about when they rebooted and had a new one and the whole shit?
Yeah,
Like,
and Black Lightning took over at the last episode, and it was just like, oh, he the leader now of the Justice League and the Young
That's-
Justice, and it's like, okay, where are we going after that? Like, so y'all just
Yeah.
gonna y'all give the niggas the reins and just say, oh, that's the finale, folks,
But
it's
you know
over.
what? But you know what? They did that when they first ended it on Cartoon Network, and they had the whole DC block. It was Young Justice, Green Lantern, and something else that was coming on the DC block on Saturdays at 11 o'clock. And because there were so many young female viewers, they were like, "Oh, it's gotta go."
Really?
It's gotta go. I was like, "Are we for real?
That's
Are you
crazy.
for real?
You have
That's-
females on the team?"
Damn. Is that why?
Yes.
That's
It was
crazy.
one of- it was
Yo, did
literally
you
one
talk
of
about
the
this on your
major- It
panel?
was one of the major reasons because they weren't selling any toys. They weren't
I don't know
selling
if you
any-
said this during your panel, but I feel like you should say this during your panel. Like, that's
But,
important.
yeah,
That's
I
crazy.
didn't say it during the panel, but because they had more female viewers than they had male viewers, and they weren't selling the toys that they were trying to sell, they were like, "Oh, it's gotta go. It's not doing good, you guys. It must go."
That's
Huh?
wild. That's wild.
Stop
It
talking.
had, and that's also surprising for me to find out that it had more female viewers. That's
Yes, it had a lot more female. When I first started watching Young Justice, I was watching Young Justice, and I had a group chat, like a group chat of people, and mostly everybody in that group chat was women.
wow.
We had maybe like one or two guys that were in there to talk about it, but the women were in there analyzing the fuck out of that show.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, no.
I wouldn't
Never
have
heard not one woman growing up watching Justice League at all. So that's dope.
Justice League. When I was growing up, I didn't talk to guys, like boys, about Justice League. There was always there was like one or two, but there was always like a group of girls that I used to hang out with. They'd be like, "Did you watch Justice League Saturday?" Yes.
Wow.
Yes, I did.
Wow. That's what's up. That's fire. Jew?
That's fire.
What
That's fire. I don't know, but I think it's dope that girls was into that type of shit
Me too.
secretly. But I do understand watching a lot of documentaries now about like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers. If the toys don't sell, it don't matter how good the shows and shit be doing. It's like if the merch don't go,
Yeah.
gotta let it go because that's where they get
Yeah.
their residuals back for real.
Yeah, because you had
They was doing the same with Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, you had,
Right.
because for the Young Justice merch, you had like Nightwing and all of the guys.
Aqualad.
All of the
Aqualad
guys
and
had their own kind of merch, but it wasn't. That's not what was being bought. Starfire was being bought.
Tigers.
Miss Martian was being
I
bought.
just feel because
Hydra.
I feel like, bro, unlike most, you feel me, universes in DC, the women they the most fire characters, bro. Like it's kind of hard not to gravitate towards, like, even for me, like you just said, Tigress. Who, like, even Juno, who was my character that I used in the street tournament? Nigga, I used Cheshire. So it's like the women are the most like alluring.
I ain't gonna
characters.
lie, Miss Martian go crazy. She hard.
Oh, crazy, bro.
But
Her backstory is
Network
better
was
than
weird
Mr.
like that.
Martian Manhunters. The love interest that
Yeah,
she
she
had
killing
with-
John. She killing John. I don't know. John, animated wise, because John in the comics hard, but animated wise, John just always get done dirty. I'm like, how though? Like,
Oh,
this
he was
nigga
holding his
power.
own.
Sometimes it just be
In
like, how
Justice
y'all
League
do?
Unlimited, they gave him some yes.
Right.
In Young Justice, And
No, yeah, Young
beyond
Justice was a
that, it
different
was kind
story.
of like
Justice League too. Like I'm like, y'all got this nigga out here looking like a peon, but the way y'all
You're
describe
right.
his abilities is like he should not be getting done like this.
Right. But her story was so fire, bro. Like from when she was a white Martian to, you know what I mean? So the discrimination that she felt already with her own race, and you know what I mean, how she felt about herself being ugly. So she always appeared as Megan. And you know what I mean? The relationship she had with Superboy and
Beast Boy. Her
and Beast
relationship
Boy.
with Beast Boy.
It is what's his name? Garp, I think was his name. Nah, I think that was Beast Boy's name.
That's
It was
Beast Boy name.
Yeah, it was a
You're
character.
talking about Tempest?
Is that his name? It was
Not
a little
Tempest,
fish boy.
not Beast Boy, but
The fish one. He was also
Lagoon
green.
Boy.
Lagoon, yes.
Lagoon.
I love Lagoon. I fuck with that nigga. But yeah, like she was just a alluring character, bro. Like I literally could have watched Young Justice with nothing but female characters because that's how
that was
good.
some unnecessary ass writing too, though. How they did Aquaboy and Lagoon. That shit was weird as hell.
When they ended up doing that, yes, but that was something that they were trying to accomplish from the comic books because they made Jackson's been that way in the comic books, and I guess they were trying to like reflect that. But also, you didn't have to put it on the screen. It was unnecessary in the writing, in the story. Not saying like don't push it forward. You could definitely give him like that relationship, but like the whole threesome polyamorous that was weird. That was weird. But
some fishy shit, was it? That's
that's also
fishy shit is like, hilarious.
When DC, that's also what I say. Like the whole Cartoon Network did not like women, like female. They did not
crazy.
like girls.
That's crazy.
Because every time something that they wanted to have a larger male audience, canceling Green Lantern was stupid. You didn't even have a female in there for that long. But because there was a whole large girl base that was watching Green Lantern because it came on right after Young Justice, it's got to go, guys. Nobody's buying our toys. It's got to go. Please.
Yeah.
It has to get swept under the rug. No, they do shit like that. Them toys don't sell. They don't play that, man. Them toy sales don't go. They don't play that.
And I wish DC had to pick that back up, like how they picked up Young Justice.
Why don't you pitch to DC?
I don't like them. They don't like black people.
I feel like you could change that narrative.
They are horrible with black characters. Absolutely terrible.
So you don't feel like if they had a Dr. K on the team, they could have revamped it.
I feel like they do have
better identity.
People who think like me on their team, and they end up getting fired because whoever it is that wrote that not even absolute power, but that Titans Beast World story with all of the black people in it and gave it the absolute worst art.
Yeah, I remember.
I've ever seen in my life. They should have been fired. Because how did you put all of the black people, all of the cool black people with powers in the same book together to team up against Dr. Hate to try to save the world? And you gave the black people their own world, but the worst art. I had no idea what was happening on the page.
Respect.
That's crazy.
And they were like, oh, we have a black artist for this. I was like, did you have a black artist for this? Because it looks awful.
Respect.
No, they was drawn in the black.
They used a black pen.
I'm dead. All right. So what was that? So boom. Who is your favorite character, and what did you dislike about this series?
Dang, JLU. I guess I want to say
hello, Megan.
Black Canary. Black Canary and Wonder Woman were, and
she
like your Black Canary. They gave Black Canary plenty of screen time, so I really appreciated them having that.
She got a lot of ass whooping. She bounced back from. Yeah, she got a lot of screen time, especially when they did that episode with all the girls fighting in that fucking battle ring. I was like, oh my god,
that was one of my favorite scenes still to this day.
Yes, when she Wonder Woman
Wonder Woman came through like, yes, the queen has arrived, bitches.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie,
I
bro.
love that.
Wonder Woman in that show was letting niggas know, nigga. Hey,
Now,
if
that's
I
one
really
thing.
gotta do
Yeah,
it.
Black Canary and Wonder Woman were absolutely my favorite.
But when it
If I
comes to
really
DC
gotta
and
do
Marvel,
it,
I
nigga,
give
I'ma
DC
tee up.
y'all. They do good with their female characters though. Marvel suck with female characters, but
It
DC got
depends
some
on who you're
fire
talking about.
female characters though. I don't know. A lot of Marvel female characters ain't really a up like that.
Jean Grey, Storm.
That's all you. There we go. That's it. You
So
gonna
they've done a really good
you
job.
gonna result straight to the same people all the time.
They've
You
done
got
a really good job.
you
with a
got
lot
Black
of
Canary, you got
characters.
Wonder Woman, you got Vixen, you got Huntress, you got Tiger, like you got all Cheshire.
But you also have to
like
look at who it is that you're talking
fucking,
about in terms of writing.
Rocket, nigga, like
But you
it ain't
also have
even
to look
just
at
the
who you're
writing,
talking
it's just
about for
character
Marvel
design all the
in
way
terms
around.
of
I ain't even just talking about writing. I'm just saying
Hold on,
character
pause,
design.
team. I'm trying to hear what Kaori trying to say because y'all
So
talking.
I mean, for when you're talking about like characters for DC versus characters for Marvel, DC spends time on a specific core of characters, and that's why they're like they seem like they have better female characters because they spend time with Black Canary, they spend time with Vixen, they spend time with they spend a lot of fucking time with Wonder Woman. They spend time with like a specific core of characters as long as they are related to the original Trinity, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. As long as they are related to those three in some way, they get a lot of core material. And so they seem more developed. But Marvel introduces more people through different series and then allows them to connect with different groups of people. So they've done Brielle really well. Oya, they redid Oya and call her Temper because of her power set being she's like how they did Todoroki in My Hero. She has fire and ice. They redid hers to be, she's more independent. They've rewritten Storm to be Queen of Mars. They've done Spectrum really well. They've rewritten Felicia Hardy and MJ so that the two of them are not fucking annoying. Like they've redone their characters to like give them substance, and because there were so many complaints about the female character, like Spectrum willingly giving up every name that she ever had because Marvel's son wanted to take it, and she finally told him to go fuck himself and took the name Spectrum like she wanted. Carol Danvers has been rewritten really well. Scarlet Witch has been rewritten, thank God. So it just depends on how
I feel like, I mean, especially for me personally, for somebody who grew up reading more Black Panther comics and how they wrote Shuri, you know what I mean? Even they put her in animated series, they put her in, gave her own movie. I feel like Marvel, maybe they had a redemption arc. For me, I feel like maybe DC had a good team of women that we all loved and adored, but I feel like Marvel make their women more iconic. That's how I feel.
That's if you read comics. For the everyday person watching TV, because not everybody read comics. The average, like I watch cartoon type of motherfucker, not that I read comic books and shit. Like DC is where they see most like women action outside. Unless you're watching the X-Men, you really don't got no female.
But it also depends on which one, because Vixen had her own TV show that nobody ever saw. That nobody ever
I didn't
saw
know about that either.
because it came on the CW at 2:00 in the morning where nobody was awake.
Exactly.
And I asked somebody, I was like, did you like the Vixen series? What Vixen series? The cartoon. They're like, she doesn't have one. Yes, she does, actually. And I had to pull it up and they're like, when did this come out? I was like, it's been out for like 4 weeks. And they're like, I've never seen a single episode. I didn't even know.
Was it fire? Did you like it?
Hell no, that shit, it was ass.
And moving along. That's crazy. That is crazy. I'm dead. Was there an important message or emotions you got from watching this series?
Some people you just cannot trust. And that was going on with the whole Shayera Vixen Green Lantern situation because you knew, bitch, that he was with Vixen.
And well, you knew not to fuck with Shire after she was a secret agent.
Yeah,
and
then she tried to prove herself and whatnot. I was like, after she already went, and
my nigga Green Lantern had to go balls with a nigga.
Vixen,
hey,
no.
Can we give Green Lantern flowers
John
for
Stewart
being
is
the
that
fuck
boy.
Out of fucking Hawkman, nigga? Straight toes, no ring, nigga. Just nigga. Like I was like, okay, nigga.
That nigga was up there looking like Rocky Balboa.
Yeah.
Adrian,
I appreciated the writing for Green Lantern, but I did not like. But this is also me and the DC thing with when it comes to DC black couples. They don't fucking like to do it, and they had him with a strong black woman, and then was just like, beautiful. Oh, well, here's Shire over here, so maybe you should talk to her. No, because they did it in the comic books when he was she was a Star Sapphire. And they were an amazing power couple, and they were just like, oh, too black, get her out of here.
Unfortunate.
Every time.
I just loved hearing the way I personally.
Isn't the that way why she evil though?
Huh?
No, I was like Star Sapphire. Isn't that why she evil? Because they had a bad relationship or something?
The girl that he was with,
yeah.
She was at first she thought that that Jon Stewart killed the people on her planet, and she became a Star Sapphire to go after him or whatever, and then she found out that he was actually trying to save them and somebody else killed her planet, and they became a couple, and they were together for a pretty good while, and that was until like somebody was like, oh, Jon Stewart's a lie, and then they broke up. I was like, why was that? But okay.
No, that's wild. That is wild. I'm gonna skip that because that's a long ass series. So, do you think this type of show would do numbers in this? No, I'm gonna actually flip that around since we're trying to shorten it and put them together. So, like, did the finale do this series justice? And do you think this show would do numbers in today's era?
Yes and no. I think it was the ending was okay. I feel like I've always wanted more out of the ending. But them teaming up with the villains at the end to stop that world disaster or whatever, I thought was really cool. I feel like it just could have ended differently, and I guess that might just be me. But would it do numbers today? Absolutely. Justice League Unlimited is the better of the two, and people actually really still watch it. It was number 1 on Netflix as soon as it hit Netflix for a minute. So like as soon as it hit Netflix, it was number 1 on Netflix for like almost a month. So I think it would still do numbers.
I agree because I feel like Young Justice came off what Justice League should have been for the beginning, and it was like okay, but they fucked Young Justice off because it was on HBO Max at the end of his days. But it's like y'all ended this like why? Why they canceled?
They can't keep the Young Justice Teen Titans. None of that. They just dropped. They just don't know how to keep it.
Titans was fire. The way they fucked that off was crazy as well. Titans, the live action, they fucked that off.
Look at her face. We was here, and then
when they had Starfire being black and a hooker, I was like,
me personally, I don't know if it would do good numbers just because we've now gone to a point in cinema where there's just a lot of DC haters, where it's like if it got DC stamped on it, people already have a bad taste in their mouth to where they don't expect greatness. You know what I mean? Even with, like you said, Titans and shit like that. There were so many bad critics for Titans and shit like that. So I don't feel like the audience today appreciate DC on the same level they did during the time Kaori and
But see,
everybody.
I think with that, it
Justice League
also
Elite.
depends on if you're talking live action and cartoon. Because if it's a live action with a DC stamp on it, it's most likely not going to do the numbers. The only one that I've seen outside of what's on the DC network, like not I would say Doomsday, Doom Patrol, because it was like the most comic book accurate, but Sandman on Netflix.
Mhm. Sandman was fire.
Yeah, Sandman on Netflix
Sandman was fire.
Lucifer is also DC.
Season 2.
Lucifer has done numbers for.
Talk your shit, Kaori. Talk your shit.
I think when we're talking animated wise, if it's something like this that they can fully enjoy, the animated series, the animated shows haven't really let down anybody. Even if they are people who just don't like DC, there are people who, oh, I hate DC, and then they're like, oh, I'll give this a shot, and they like something animated. So I think
like even the
DC animation is flawless. DC animation,
right? I was gonna say
animation
that, but even with the
has done
current
really well.
movies, even to Kaori's point, you know what I mean, pointing the opposite way, like we said, she don't like the new movies that came out. You know what I mean? That Justice League got going on Crisis. So even that has fell off. And during my time, during Justice League Unlimited, the DC movies never missed animated. We always like, I'm with it.
Never.
Now it's like even the animated movies is
but
not.
That's because they stopped the continuity. When they stopped the continuity after they did Apocalypse War, which was the end of their continuity, and then they used these two Justice League Crisis movies to erase old things. I'm like, why are you doing that? And that's where it falls off for me, because all of that is completely unnecessary, especially with how amazing your animated universe has been so far. So I think if people are saying, oh, I hate DC, like I do, because everybody knows DC live action gets almost no love for me, unless
it gets none. Ain't even almost for me. It gets zero.
That's not true, because I did like the first Wonder Woman, and I did like the first Aquaman.
The first Wonder Woman was decent. Aquaman,
Aquaman
Aquaman ain't gonna never sit well with me, just based off the whole Jason Momoa thing and these niggas being the only Samoan niggas in the movie. It would never sit right with me.
Yeah,
we go underwater. No, your mama wasn't even Samoan. Your brother, everybody white. Everybody Caucasian. You and your dad, the only two Samoan niggas.
I've always just those two, and those two are the ones that I actually really liked, and then I've liked the show. I've liked some of the shows. Doom Patrol.
Have y'all watched the new Batman Cape Crusader?
I haven't.
I haven't, but people keep talking about it.
I like it.
Yeah, I do. I do want to. I haven't watched it yet.
It definitely gives that old Batman animated series vibe, just like a more older Batman. Nostalgia. It's like
you said what? Say whoa. Say that again.
I love Batman the animated series.
Coming from the nigga that hates Batman?
I've said that before. I like the Batman TV shows because Batman Beyond was also one of my favorites.
You are such a conundrum, okay? But we love you for it.
Man,
but
Batman.
even with that point being said, I am looking forward to the Penguin series coming out. That should look like it's gonna be fire, huh?
I think it started already.
Don't tell me that, because now, nigga, when we get off, nigga, that I ain't gonna go to sleep.
I think it did because it said check out the new episode, but that may be like something.
God. I hope so, because I would love to watch that right now.
Go ahead, I'll check.
So for me, I have two choices for cartoon. I'm only choose one just to kill time. Which one do you think I should choose, the G or the S?
G or hold on, let me look in this motherfucker.
I'm right here next to each other.
Oh, that's tough. Me personally, I gotta go. I can't say it, but I got the G.
I'm gonna go with the G.
I gotta go with the G.
We'll go with the G. I was thinking the G. All right, so look, for my cartoon, man, I had two, but I'm
never
gonna
mind.
go
It starts on the 8th. Sorry.
Okay, I thought so.
So look, man, gargoyles. Had 3 seasons from
Her fine
1994
ass.
to 1997. You feel me? Shout out to that boy Keith. That nigga did Goliath
He
so
don't
well.
miss, man. Keith David is that guy, bro. There will never be another man with that voice, man.
Lisa though was crazy.
Facts.
What was that?
What's that means the bathroom?
You said he gotta use the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
Cy Richardson, Lisa Mazza. But nah, I'm gonna get into it. So for me, man, the Gargoyles, yeah. I just love monsters. I always was a fan of like monsters, and at that time growing up, I loved it that medieval time type of vibe, but they was in the modern age. So I loved the knights and the round table and all of that. I loved the mythical myths and the great book with the spells in it. And Gargoyles had all of that. Gargoyles even one of the only shows to take all religious gods and basically debunk them all and put them all under as the kids, children of Oberon. I think that was his name. So they was like all the children of Oberon, and it took like everything you could think of from Greek mythology, Roman, Catholic, Christian, like anything you could think of, bro. They took all those gods and they put them all as children of Oberon, and I thought that shit was dope as well. But like I said, just being able, Gargoyles is raw. Like what's the slogan? It was like stone by day, warriors by night.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like that shit was dope. And then they all took on names. It was kind of like the Ninja Turtles, but the people who was on top of the surface instead of in the sewers, because they all took on weird ass names like streets and bridges and shit in New York. Kind of like how they all had fucking great painters and artist names and shit. But Gargoyles was my shit though. I love the Gargoyles.
Yeah, I love Gargoyles. I love watching it on Disney Plus too.
I got hella action figures too from the new series, the new releases that just been dropping. I've been collecting those. That's my show, man. I grew up watching these weekly, and then I ended up watching reruns later on. So I still watch Gargoyles. I was watching Gargoyles earlier because I forgot how it ended, so I didn't even go tell you the finale. I just remember partials. My favorite character, man. So Lexington and this nigga Broadway was my dog.
Lexington and Broadway.
Lexington and Broadway was my dog, bro. Lexington had the smarts. Like, it was just a little ugly motherfucker, though. Lexington is Smeagol. Like, him and Smeagol remind me of each other. They got the same head. But Lexington and Broadway is my dog. Broadway, he just wanted to be a celebrity. That's all he wanted to do.
Wasn't they supposed to have a reboot?
Yes, remaster. They were supposed to remaster, but I haven't heard nothing else lately. But, like, that was my shit.
Live action.
They was supposed to. I ain't heard nothing about that neither.
Jordan Peele was thinking about it, so
that would be dark. That would be hard. That would be hard. I would love to see that. I ain't gonna lie.
That's right up his alley. So he was thinking about it.
I love it, but I love the storyline, everything about Gargoyles, from their past, their history, to how everything was tying into current times. How certain other motherfuckers was alive from back then, coming to get you. I can't think of what was his name. The Ireland nigga. I can't think his name, but he ended up coming back. He got Demona scratched him in the face, and then he came back with the mask. He was on their ass. But Xanatos. I would love to see Xanatos give Lex Luthor a run for his motherfucking money. I would love to see that.
Win, but I would say,
I don't know, bro. This nigga Xanatos fucking with mythical shit. He got the Gargoyles on his side in the end, so they partners. And then his wife, they child is a fucking child of Oberon. It's a fucking entity and all this. So nigga got heat in the closet.
He do got heat.
The nigga fucking assistant is Puck, the fucking god of mischief and shit and all of that. So like, bro, they gonna be on your bumper. Then this nigga smart as hell and he can build any mech. He's Tony Stark mixed with fucking Lex Luthor.
I'm gonna tie it in. Speaking about Justice League Unlimited, do you remember when Lex Luthor beat the fuck out of Batman, like hand to hand, like was just fucking that nigga up? I don't know. Is Xanatos go? He was about to
Xanatos got hands. He know
Lex.
Xanatos is proficient in martial arts and hell.
He got
shit.
hands, but nigga, I don't think he got hands to put them on.
I love to put that. I don't know. I love to put Xanatos in a debate because niggas be sleeping on Xanatos.
I like
bro.
it.
I bring the scans too though, because I ain't gonna lie. I had to rewatch them. Like, damn, Xanatos really is like.
He proficient with a sword and all types of shit.
Yeah, like why nobody never bring this nigga up in no villain versus debates?
Agree.
Like this nigga Xanatos.
Remember when we talked about on Kaori's channel, Nerd on the Street, and they was asking for favorite Disney villains?
Yeah, you did. You did put Xanatos in there.
Yeah, Xanatos a boy. I ain't gonna lie.
We here with it.
Xanatos.
Me and you.
They do have a live action coming. It's going to be a series. Keith David is supposed to be using his voice for the series, and it's by James
Wan.
James Wan and the guy who did Annabelle Comes Home.
I can't wait,
bruh. Speaking of the name Wan, bruh, I just rewatched like the first 2 seasons. Or so, or maybe it's in the middle, but Top Boy, bro. I did not know Wong was an asshole in there. I just realized that was Shuri in the first 2 seasons, and then because Netflix start off at season 3, but say it's season 1. But if you go watch it online, it show you the first 2 seasons, which is like 4 episodes each for each. I'm like, ain't that some shit? That shit threw me off right there. I ain't gonna lie. So, was there an important message or emotion you got from watching this series? Family, because that's what this show is always about. I love to see Dom go up against Goliath when it come to family, because Goliath don't play by this motherfucking family. But no, it really showed family and not to judge a book by its cover.
There you go.
That shit.
Yes, sir.
You feel me? Because it's an episode that I'm gonna answer another question just to go by. So one of my favorite episodes is Hudson. You feel me? He ended up leaving on the recon mission, but he ended up getting stuck at this old blind man house, this old black blind man house. And he ended up befriending him, but bruh was blind, so he didn't know Hudson was a monster. You feel me? And he had Xanatos and it was on Hudson ass. So boom, the next morning, bruh ended up turning to stone in the dude front yard. Then that night came back out and they set red books. Bruh was reading Braille and he taught Hudson how to read, but it was through Braille and all of that shit. And I was like, that's a dope ass bonding moment between that blind man and Hudson, because at that moment it was just starting to be known that gargoyles are real. It's not a fantasy or a myth and shit. Motherfuckers were scared, running from them. But like this, it was like it reminded me of kind of like, I can't think of her name off the top of my head, but Ben Grimm, the Thing, and his relationship with his wife because she's blind and all of that shit.
Talk your shit, Jew.
So like, I just like seeing shit that relates to other shit that I watch and I like, and I fuck with that. And then also, I'm gonna say something I don't like about the show, because even as a kid, I knew this shit was weird. Elisa and Goliath. Now, if I was Demona, I'd be running around this motherfucking mad as a bitch too.
Facts.
Cause nigga, how does this even work? Like,
talk about it.
Like, make it, and then we gotta admit, like, be real, Elisa was on some freaky shit. Like, she was on that bestiality shit. Like, if you was attracted to Goliath, like, I can only imagine what live action gonna look like. These motherfuckers looked like monsters. So like, I can just
mean, they already did it multiple times. They got a show that came out a long time ago. Speaking about Smallville, the girl who played Lois, I think, from Smallville, she played on another show called Beast. It's like Beauty and the Beast or whatever like that, where the dude is like, yeah. So they've done multiple shows already live action.
But that shit's crazy.
That same thing. But yeah, I agree. That would be fire. One of the things I do want to say I love about the show Gargoyles, and I'm not trying to take over, but the fact that they eyes glue red and they were white. Actually like ferocious. Was it white? Oh, it was white. But no, Demona's went red though.
Yeah, when Demona went evil, Demona had red ones, but everybody else's eyes was white.
But yeah, when they did that, I like that, bro. Like that was one of my favorite attractions to Gargoyle was that although they were heroic, they were scary, nigga. Like, you know what I mean? Like that is one of those type of like heroes or characters that you might not want to be saved by, nigga. It reminds me of like watching Hellboy, bro, like the first movie where he was jumping around saving niggas and shit, but when they found out that he wasn't a regular nigga when he turned around, they was afraid, nigga, because who want to get saved?
I'm shitting bricks.
He face to face with a nigga like that.
Or imagine Bronx running up on you like, nigga, hell no, I seen Ghostbusters, bitch. I am not about to play with y'all. Like, what the fuck is this?
Right. I'll be fighting too.
That motherfucker, like, I'm not about to fuck with you and this goddamn demon dog.
Right.
Hell no. Nah.
Hell, especially the demon dog. Especially.
No, I'm not. Hey, but no, I love the character design in Gargoyles, though. That's what drew one of the other things that drew me to that show. And I love just how they start expanding the Gargoyle universe, and you start running to all the different clans of gargoyles, the ones that was by the new guys. They introduced the new guys and everything. Like I was talking to Kaori when you walked away. It's like they even brought in all the religions under one God and debunked everything under the children of Oberon, because like these are all children of Oberon, and when he calls on them, they all gotta come, like the solstice and the winter solstice and all, like it related all that shit into there. And I really fuck with gargoyles like that. Like at that time it had everything. I was in
and everything of all the different religions and how they tie in, and they spoke about the Illuminati, like they, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, because in the season finale, Xanatos is basically like avoiding them niggas right now because they looking for him because he, you know, they want him because he fuck with the gargoyles. But yeah, and these old shows, 90s shows, so like imagine how like the Illuminati been talking about.
Right.
All these shows from X-Men, comic book, all shit like nigga, the Illuminati's around this motherfucker. Y'all better beware, my boy.
Right.
But like I was saying, also I didn't watch the finale, so I did, but I can't remember it exactly. That's what I was trying to watch earlier, so I can't remember what the finale. But I know the show ended like so crazy and good, and everybody got their way at the end, especially after Xanatos found out he had a mythical baby and shit, and the grandmama and them trying to come through and steal the little motherfucker over and over. The grandma was a cold piece of work, the little blue broad. But I was fucking with it. I love Fox. I thought Fox, and I thought the pack team, that little crew as the villains, I thought that was well put together. You feel me? Like they was doing they Dougie. I love the Gargoyle. That's my shit. I could definitely see it surviving in this era because it still fits in with a lot of stuff. I honestly could see it being remastered as an anime instead of a cartoon again, and more so adapted into an anime.
Good as an anime.
I could definitely see Gargoyles being adapted into an anime, like Overlord, like some shit like how Overlord and all that shit is. Like I could definitely see Gargoyles being adapted into an anime.
You on
Holla at me, y'all, if y'all need some character designs that y'all want to make. Cause I'm waiting on that Power Ranger anime. That shit gonna be so fire. That shit gonna be so fire.
Good pick. I'm glad you went G versus S.
Yeah, cause I got something to say about the finale on that one, boy. Because that's really why I chose it, to be real with you. One of my favorite shows, and I know it'll survive in this era. But that finale, hey, y'all brought back X-Men. I need y'all to put in some work because that shit.
I'm pretty sure they are. I mean, they gave the nigga a cameo.
They said it is. They did, but that shit definitely needs some answers because
S.
Yeah. S. I'll just show it, but
you go.
We ain't gonna get into it, but that finale on that one, holla at me. I'm gonna bring up this other live action for Kaori. We're on the last 3, so we're just gonna get this out the way. I definitely want to hear Kaori for this because she didn't pick an anime. She chose 2 live action shows, and this is one of my. This is another one of my favorite shows that I was actually watching reruns of recently in the hospital, and this is my shit. But the last 2 seasons was ass. Once they got rid of my boy and he got kicked off the show, it just didn't feel right. But yeah, let's talk about it, man. 5 seasons strong, from 93 to 98.
Are you trying to make a real nigga cry?
Living single, man. Shout out my boy Sinclair, boy. That nigga is hilarious. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it real quick, man. So, what gravitated you to Living Single? And did you watch this like Aaron? Because it is our era as kids. Or did you watch reruns?
I watched reruns because it was 93, right? Because I was only one. I ended up watching reruns because this one was also forced upon me with my Aunt Charlotte. So, if Golden Girls or the stories weren't on, Aunt Charlotte would find Living Single and turn it off.
Living Single, shit. So, who your favorite character from Living Single?
One of the coldest fucking intros, nigga.
Khadijah will always be my favorite. Khadijah and
every kind of world. Always
I'm glad I got my girl. Keep your head up, boy. Hey, looking to my left and my right.
Queen Latifah did. Hey, Kim Fields and Queen Latifah them did they shit for that, bro. I ain't gonna.
Because Khadijah don't need you.
But you said who you say? You said
Khadijah and
Queen Latifah
and Max. Were my two favorites.
Okay, because Max, my favorite. Max is a
Maxine Shaw.
Maxine Shaw, attorney-at-law.
She one of the women that showed me as a youngin' like, hey, some of these bitches don't want no commitment, man. She just trying to get in and get out. Are they afraid of commitment? Ain't just us, nigga.
She was at one point when I was watching it, I could have sworn for like the longest time that I wanted to be a lawyer. She was like, I like to argue and I'm always right. I was like, oh yeah, that's me.
I really loved it, Maxine, because I remember her from the Cosby's show back in the day, like when she was younger before the Living Single show. So I was like, I instantly gravitated to when I started watching Living Single. I'm like, oh yeah, that's my dog. And she was hella funny.
She was fucking funny.
And off
straight leech. She's a leech. Maxine was a goddamn leech.
Yeah.
Maxine didn't bring no birthday gifts. She didn't bring no plate for the holidays. She only brought herself.
You walk in with nothing.
And she didn't even want to bring her nigga over during the thing. She's like, it ain't that serious.
Now the day she came over there when it was after it was when Kyle was about to leave and he offered her the ticket.
Oh
and she
my
came
god!
Up to their house in the middle of the night and broke all this shit.
She was tweaking. Then she still didn't go. I ain't gonna lie. I thought he was Khadijah man for a minute. The way they was at that airport, I'm like, shit, who was dating them? Khadijah or Maxine? Khadijah looked hurt. That must have been real. I felt like that was real.
That was when
they had more of a brother-sister relationship.
But I think because it was him being kicked off the show, so I think that was a real encounter, like for Queen Latifah though, because it just seemed like she was really hurt. That
you remember that she also was like producing it too. You feel
she was a producer.
Yeah.
She did say that when they talked about Kyle leaving, he did talk about it. He said, like I was like the voice. And he felt like he said he was the voice whenever they had complaints or something. He was the voice of the group and they didn't like that. So of course they got rid of him. So it definitely hurt Queen Latifah because she said it was like she couldn't do anything about it. And she didn't like that.
Yeah, it hurt.
And she wanted him to stay. And they all actually I don't remember what happened, but it was Queen Latifah. And I'm pretty sure it was Queen Latifah, and it may have been somebody else. I can't remember.
I don't know what it was in the food.
They forced them to bring him back for the season finale.
Okay, I don't know what they was doing back in the 70s and the 80s and all that shit, but they all still look good still to this day.
Yeah,
every single one of them, bro.
I still watch Kim Fields on the Upshaws and shit. The series.
I wish she had to come back, but I understood why she didn't.
I love to see John Hinton in something. He ain't dead, is he?
Yeah, he's not dead. He just hasn't done anything.
Yeah, that nigga's 63, he old as hell now. God, man. Hey, and then when you watch reruns, you always get to go back and see like popular actors now when they were younger.
Man,
like Cress
bruh,
Williams.
Fresh,
Cress
new.
Williams was Scooter. He was Khadijah's dude on there, and that's the dude
Mhm.
that played Black Lightning. And it was
Every
like,
time I
Cress.
see him come up in something, because he's
Crazy.
been in things, every time I see him come on screen, he's been in several things. I was like, oh, look at Scooter. Terrence.
Wow.
Oh God. Oh
That's
God.
wild. He did his thing in Black Lightning too. That's another show they should have kept going. I ain't gonna
They
lie.
canceled
I
that
should've
and then
brought
made the
that up.
last season stupid as hell.
I should have brought
keep
that
trying
up.
to tell y'all they don't like.
Oh, I ran into Tobias, bro, at San Diego.
You told me when we had a conversation.
Kaori,
Remember?
I said this is what I told Tobias. I literally saw him walking by all white and shit. I'm like, nigga, you can't hide, nigga. You albino, nigga. I said, said, is that my nigga? And he turned. He said, "What's going on, brother?"
Yeah, he ain't like that for real no more.
No, he liked it. He smiled, bro. I can tell. Not the character would have liked it, but yeah.
I'm dead. So in Living Single, man, were there any important messages or emotions you got from watching this series? And what's the key scene that always stands out?
Living Single is the standard in which I base all of my friendships. It is the standard in which I base all of my friendships, because like they had their disagreements all the time. Like when Regine moved out, finding out that like her mother set that up essentially, or when they were dealing with and actually I've always we
don't count that as a move out because Regine didn't stay out long.
No, I mean she still moved out and moved into her own place, but then she discovered like one, she moved into a terrible neighborhood. She couldn't do it by herself, and she missed her friends.
Mm-hmm.
So like when you have those bonds, leaving like that, and that's why I've always compared, when people compare Friends and Living Single, I understand Friends definitely copy. But
Living Single is the stepping stone for girlfriends.
Yeah, I've always compared Golden Girls and Living Single together. Always, because Sinclair was always Rose. That's dumb. That was fuck. Regine was Blanche. Queen Latifah was Maxine. Or Khadijah was Dorothy, and then Max was Sophia's Maxine. Sophia and Dorothy as well with her quips too.
Sophia so outgoing.
Like they even had the same episodes, like when they got robbed and how they dealt with being robbed in that area and not being able to like just live, like how Rose was not able to cope. Like she ended up getting a gun and Khadijah's like, bump that, we're getting a gun. And she was like, no, we live with Sinclair. And she was like, oh yeah, you're right. Like Rose should never have had a gun. With Regine and all of the men she had, like how they were navigating that. I've always liked that. So I was like, all of the lessons that they've done just for Black people have always been the standard.
Facts. Ain't nothing like old school classic sitcoms, but they really gave messages. That's why I don't think they show them as much now, and they try to throw more ignorant comedy into Black sitcoms now, because like Mr. Amos, man, fucking Good Times, like, you know, he got blackballed for being one of the most iconic Black fathers on TV. They were so intimidated by him and his role as the father on Good Times, they killed his character off. Like he went out and they killed the character off and made the mama a single mother. And that was to depict what the process was gonna be. And we didn't even see it like that, but that's literally was agenda. Like they literally killed the daddy off on some bullshit on a work trip. And then she became a single mom. And that's how that season fell off. You know, that's like Kyle Living Single. The show just fell off. They got rid of my nigga Amos.
They tried with that. I mean, I didn't hate
I like
the last
what you just said there, Drew.
I didn't hate the last season where they didn't have Kyle.
I did
better, but it was more about Max. And that's also one of the lessons. It was Max, like she said, Max lived and breathed Kyle for like 4 years. And then now he's like in London or whatever. And now she has to figure out how to have her own identity separate of Kyle, because where there was Max, there was Kyle. Even when it was
even
Kyle
when they was creeping. No, even when they was creeping, everybody knew about it.
Yeah, even when it was Kyle and Overton, and then Overton ended up going to get married, it was Max and Kyle.
I feel like Max and Kyle definitely had their own identity because Max had her own little episodes where she was dealing with cases or she was helping out the people with their finances and whatever it is bullshit that they had
Max
going on.
At her job.
Kyle had his own identity because he was the artist. He had his own shows and all shit like that.
Not in that sense, but like when they're like, so when he left, she couldn't find, like, her mind was lost.
The balance.
She could not find herself because there was no Kyle. So it was like she lost her other half. Right. And that's actually what they said. And she was really, and they wrote that into the show, is that she was really dealing with Kyle not being there, period, kicked off the show. But she's like, so Max now has to try to figure out, like, what is it that you want out of life? That's how she ended up going to that retreat and then realizing she wanted to have a baby and all of this other stuff. Like, she really was lost that last season trying to find herself. It was like her identity depended on Kyle for some reason.
That was worse than when Scooter went on tour. Yeah,
it was. And Khadijah ended up finding herself, but then drowning herself in work. But then Max couldn't fit, like, Max was an older woman and a lawyer, but she couldn't, like, navigate her work life without Kyle.
Yeah, because anytime she dated any other nigga, she forgot about work. Remember when she was dating the nigga at her job and all they kept doing was dating
Preston August.
Yeah, they couldn't get it together, boy. I was like, well, goddamn.
I really don't like how they did Khadijah in the series because I feel like all the dudes that she was dating pretty much dogged her out. And they kind of poked at
Scooter. He had a dream. Like, he was a producer, manager.
I'm saying majority though. Like, the majority of the dudes that she was always running into was always dudes that were no good.
I mean, Regina went to.
Regine. I would say Regine.
Regine had some dog walking ass niggas. Remember when the nigga that Kyle boss, or he was like above Kyle at the job. And Kyle invited the nigga over for the poker game. And this nigga was at the office lying like Regine gave up the Goonies. Yeah. And he like, no, I know Ray, like, no. And then he kind of had to bite his tongue the first time, but then he came back. And he called them a bitch. He called them, and this is before TV was really censored. He called them a bitch on that episode, and Kyle was like, "Hey, homeboy, like, you got to get up out of here."
That is one of my favorite episodes. I love the poker game episode.
That nigga Overton,
like, Kyle, don't do that.
Overton always held everybody accountable for, like, bro,
Overton with the shit, nigga.
Overton, my dog.
Overton was with the shit.
Like when Kyle's girlfriend was flirting with Overton, and he tried to tell Kyle, and he was like, "All right, you gonna say something else when you see your woman admire my ass?" And he's like, "All right, not." Then now you figure it out. So
learn today.
Yeah,
Overton
that is really how I've based my circle of friends, honestly.
Oh wow. That's beautiful.
I dig that. So, last two questions. How was the finale for this show for you, and do you see this show surviving in this area?
That's a good question.
So
that is a great question.
I cried on this finale too. That shit hurt my feelings. I was happy for everybody. Sinclair finally figuring out what it is that she's good at, and getting that acting down, and getting a part in her own TV show. She's married to Overton. Overton's willing to follow her anywhere, getting them set in stone.
He just want to be a good handyman.
Yeah, Max and Kyle having a baby. And then you had Regine got her millionaire. I was so happy for her. And then Khadijah. Like, Khadijah and Scooter, when they had them on screen together, I was like, I feel like the show, because this is like before I ever watched the season finale or anything. When I first saw Khadijah and Scooter together, I was like, I feel like this is going to end with the two of them. Like, they broke up and got back together so many times. And when they finally figured it out, and he wasn't there for New Year's, came back on an overlay to see her. And she was like, you know what? I'm going with you. Knowing good and well how much Flavor Magazine meant to her, how much she loves her friends, like, but her friends are literally everybody's about to just like be separate and divided. So like, are you going to stay here and be at Flavor, or are you going to be like spontaneous like you're supposed to be? And she chose to be spontaneous. I was so very happy about that. Do I think it would do numbers today? Yes, I do, because
it's reruns too.
Yeah, it has a lot of reruns going on literally every week, and then Black people don't like Friends.
Hey, you know what relationship? You know which relationship on the show I wanted to see go, but it didn't. Daryl and Regine.
I did like Daryl and Regine.
When he came over for Thanksgiving, he was just the most home. Heavy D just made everybody love him on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, he was so genuine, but I understood like the friendship between them.
I thought it was a humbling relationship for Regine.
Yeah.
Because she was looking for a savior, and I feel like that was like the most humblingest relationship she had in the whole show. It's like,
yeah, and I love that for her. But then I also like when she married Dexter, because it was like instant connection, and they started talking about stuff that she doesn't get to talk about with other people. She doesn't get to talk about poetry with anybody else. She doesn't get to talk about, like she said, whenever somebody asks her a question, she has patent lies ready, set, and ready to go. And she was just like, actually, no, I've never been there before, but I've always wanted to go. And it's like, so he got you to be honest out the gate. Okay.
But that's because she had got molded. Russell had just came in with a baddie at the wedding, boy. After she seen Russell to moved on, because Russell was chasing her from season 1 on the way down. The Jamaican dude. I think
that's probably one of the things I didn't like about the show was her and Russell, because they just had Russell being like this perverted harasser.
Yeah, he was the Roger, go home Roger type.
And it was like, if y'all are going to give her a relationship, I feel like it needs to be more meaningful. And it was always like Russell was a last resort type thing.
And which it became, and at that minute, Russell to moved on. He got something now. Like, I won't be your last option, bitch. I got somebody.
But then it turned around on Russell as well when she was before she left, after she got engaged, and she was like she was moving in with Dexter, and he came by after he found out. And he was like, what? It was very obvious that he cared about her, but it was like, you ain't never figured out how to speak to that girl without being gross.
He was perverted. Batty boy, and wagwan. I wanted the panties. They want to, okay, we go get in our last two. My guy, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Ooh, where are
you? I didn't take an anime because there hasn't been an
anime. Oh, there we go. I forgot you chose some weird ass shit. I'm
also surprised because Kaori, one of our first bonding moments was like an Outlaw Store. Like, I'm surprised you ain't picked that.
That's OG. OG right there. That's on YouTube.
I have to so it was for the end. It was the question about how it ended, and there wasn't an anime that ended where like my emotions were like wrecked or something.
Bothered, yeah.
Yeah. So
really,
an anime.
There's so many animes that I was like, no.
Me too.
I would have picked Outlaw.
When it came down to anime, it was a hard choice. I
can tell you one off. Yeah. I'm thinking about fucking Assassination Classroom. Nigga, the way that shit had me fucked up, nigga.
I've only seen clips of the ending for Assassination Classroom. I actually have to finish.
It was pointless. Like all this for this.
That was tough. Yeah, but all right, let's go ahead.
So we got one season and one season only, 2022. What's this shit called? Reincarnated in a sword.
Yes.
or as a sword, whatever, in it as it.
Yes.
This is a badass picture.
Right,
But,
that's what I was about to bring up. So first and foremost, I want to give a shout out to Ju for doing that flyer because that shit is fuego, nigga. Good job. But
considering I don't know nothing about this show, can you let me know what gravitated you to this show, man?
gladly, sir. So basically, Kaori, tell me the category of this this type of anime because you the one who told me that this is a whole category for anime, and I, even though thinking I'm an OG anime watcher, didn't even know anime had different categories. I didn't know. So this is like reincarnated anime series. So what is that called?
It's an isekai.
Isekai. Didn't know. I was like, what is an isekai? She was like, oh, there's reincarnated as this, reincarnated as that, reincarnated as that. Had no idea.
Whenever you enter into another world, it's an isekai.
Yeah. Or like reincarnated as a slime. And what's that one show, Kaori, that you also like? I only seen one series, but they have so many Fate.
There's literally
Fate
a lot.
series.
Oh, Fate.
Yeah.
It's hella those. Oh my
Fate
God.
is also isekai. So, anyways, make a long story short, I was going into the realms of isekais, and I was like, okay. Also, with the show that just came out that did a great numbers, which was what's that show called? What's that show called? It's Solo Leveling.
Oh.
So, reincarnated as a sword is basically the female version to Solo Leveling. Is how I would basically phrase it. You have a character, and it has so many good conversations that's being said into the show. Like they cover so many societal issues. Being a woman, being somebody that was put into slavery, racism, the power structures as far as like classism and all this different stuff. It's really, really good. And the show is really dope. You have a sword that basically is a person from a different world that is now reincarnated as a sword, and basically it's a legendary sword. You have a friend who is a black cat, who is somebody that's like, basically if you play video games like Dragon Age, she's an elf, basically. She's not an elf, she's a black cat, but I'm saying the correlation is how the world perceives elves, and they're just low class people, and they're slaves, and they're no good, and they're no, like, whatever. That's how she gets treated. Like, her first introduction is her being in chains, but she wants to be the first black cat that is of substance, that I can be somebody great. I'm not going to let the world's perspective of me keep me down, even though I'm in slavery and all this other shit. She runs into the sword, and she ends up showing like, nah, she, even without the sword, like she's great with skills. She's great with, the way she goes about life. And yeah, she's hella dope. To me, it reminded me, like I said, of Dragon Age and like the Grey Warriors, because then she gets adopted into this like team where all they do is basically protect all these kingdoms and all that shit. So yeah,
that's fire. That's fire. That's fire.
It's really good, bro. Plus the comedy is really good. So I really recommend.
So did you? I'm guessing you didn't watch this bi-weekly. This was like reruns, or you binged it, or whatever.
I binged it. Yeah, I found it on an anime website and I binged it. It was hella good. But then, why I say that it should be should I answer that question? The reason why I wanted to bring this on the show, or what?
You can.
Basically, the reason why I wanted to present this was because I read the manga. That's not often for me. I don't read too many anime mangas. You know what I'm saying? And I read every single chapter for this anime, and the manga was flowers, nigga, roses. Like, I was like, fuck, that the manga is so good, nigga. Like, and that's not often for me. I don't read mangas all the time. Be like, oh damn, I want to continue to read this shit. I'd be like, I'll wait for the anime to come out. You know what I'm saying? This is one of those shows that they stopped making the anime, and I was like, no, the anime was so good. Once I found out they had a continuation with the manga, I said, I gotta finish this shit. I gotta read it. And when I read the manga, I said, they gotta make another series, bro. So I was like, yeah, no, it's fire, bro. I really mean it. It's really good.
Do you got a favorite character in this show?
this is another one of those shows, bro, where it's like it's hard for me to pick a favorite character because one of my favorite things about shows like this is that they write every character so well. And that's what I really love about this show. Everybody has a certain amount of depth. Everybody has an important role. Everybody has a different skill set. I have a least favorite character, but yeah, no, this is one of those rare animes. I really like the main character the most. She's fire, bro. Her personality, she's very like stoic, and you know what I mean, like she's one of those like antisocial, don't really understand, you know, like how to maneuver within the world. She's very like bland. She doesn't really do jokes, none of that shit. But she like when it's go time, it's go time, but she's also a sweetheart, bro. Like I just like her duality where she's like very just, you know what I mean, like bland, and then she'll just turn up. You know what I mean? Like she's hella dope. I love
ape shit on your ass real quick.
Exactly.
Before anybody in the comment section on YouTube tries to like make a correction, this is an isekai. And I know you said Fate earlier. There's only 2 Fate series that are isekai. So before anybody gets in the comment section on YouTube, there's 2 Fate series that are isekai.
Gotcha.
So they fucking count.
Gotcha. I'm trying to come from my partner.
Because you know next year they'll come in the comment section and be like, well actually nothing.
And you gotta also give that with grace, nigga, because Fate series is one of the most like rebooted, remade fucking animes I've ever seen. Like there's hella Fate different series, bro, and I've only seen like one. Yeah,
I've seen almost all of them, but only 2 of them are isekais.
Yeah.
Was there an important message or emotion you got from watching this series?
Do not allow your circumstances to define you. That is the biggest message from this anime, and the way they go about it is so fucking dope. She, again, like I said, came from slavery, right? So her rival, like, you know, species, I think they're called blue cats. Like she's a black cat and there's blue cats, and blue cats, as what I've seen, are mostly like males. She's a female. Most of the black cats are like girls or whatever, and the blue cats are like all blue, like males, big and dominant, or whatever the case may be. And you know, they like real misogynistic, real like, you know what I mean, racist, and real strong Trump supporters, bro. Like they just like, you know what I mean.
You can like Donald out of this.
But basically, like she runs into one of the blue cats, bro, and because she comes from slavery, just his presence put her, like she had already killed like huge ass kaijus and like multiple different fiends and all this other shit. In the moment that she met another blue cat that cornered her, bro, she got, you know, regressed to her past and felt like inferior, and her instincts didn't pop, and she felt like a slave, and she felt like she was powerless and all this other shit, and she mentally had to overcome that and realize who the fuck she was. You feel what I'm saying? And whooped it really soloed his ass. Like the nigga didn't stand a chance, but it was really just it showed us as black people, which is why I also like she's called a black cat who comes from slavery, understand what I guess what would you call that? Systemic racism does to the black mind of people who come from ghettos. It's like you have all this potential, you have all this talent, you have all these different avenues that you can exercise to become something great, but because you come from an environment that doesn't nurture those talents, doesn't nurture that mindset that those opportunities exist, it's hard to even reflect and see yourself in that light. And then when you're you know, in the presence of other people of power that come from that system of power, you know what I'm saying, you do feel regress back to like, oh, I'm a nigga. Like if a cop pulled up right now, I don't feel like a person who went to the military and all this other shit. I feel like another nigga. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like in that moment, that's what she was, just a black cat. Even though she's one of the world's or the city's most renowned heroes, she was regressed back to being a slave. And I thought that moment was really well written and really well produced of how that how that can like shape you in your reality. So I really feel like this show really shows how your circumstances can do a lot to you, but you can overcome it. So that was my favorite thing.
Facts. I respect that. It's a big message. That's a very big message. We ain't gonna skip that. So, do you think this series finale did justice, and do you believe it'll still hold weight if they continue to air? Because it's not old, so it's
that's what I was about to say. It you know what I mean? It didn't do the numbers it should have, and I was kind of pissed because I asked Kaori, somebody who does the female panelists and female empowerment and shit. This is an anime about a female main character. I'm like, Kaori, how you felt about this? She was like, I ain't care for it. I'm like,
I didn't even say don't.
Because girls don't really give a fuck about female empowerment.
I said it was okay.
It was. You said you didn't really care for it. That's what you said. But
I didn't because I'm not necessarily an isekai person. So like, there are only a few isekais that I like, and how I got reincarnated as a slime, being reincarnated into another world as a vending machine. So I'm a spider. So what? And Shield Hero and how to pick up girls in a dungeon.
I'll fuck with Shield
Hero.
Yeah, those are the ones that I've ended up watching continuously. I'm not really an isekai person because a lot of the titles throw me. Like the one where it was being reincarnated into another world as a vending machine. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
What's with these reincarnated shit?
Because so an isekai there's two different types. There's either you get transported into another world like Sword Art Online, or you are reincarnated into another world.
Or so like No Game, No Life. But go ahead.
So No Game, No Life would be like transported into another world, and then reincarnated into another world is like the protagonist dies somehow, or and most of the time is they've gotten hit by a truck in the real world, and they are then reincarnated into another one. So that time I got reincarnated as a slime, he's reincarnated into like a blob.
So you know how you watch Solo Leveling, right, Ju?
Mm-hmm.
So even though he's not reincarnated into another world, he basically is reborn. You know what I mean? Because who he was before is pretty much dead. This is a whole new nigga with a whole new set of rules in life, and that pretty much sets up for the stage of a isekai.
That's also why the Suicide Squad show is an isekai, because she portals into another world. So it's like portaling into another world in two different ways. You're either portaled there just into another world, or you're reincarnated there.
Another show that I would bring up as an anime, I guess we could just put this as a what do you call that? Not recommendation, but
honorable mention.
Honorable mention. Thank you so much. There was this show, I forget what it's called, but it's Merlin's Grandson or something like that.
Oh yeah.
And that was a good ass isekai for sure. Because I was like, damn, why did this shit continue? It is basically about this mage who is Merlin's grandson, and he gets born into this world where he's just naturally good at magic and he knows sword skills.
Yeah, it's called Wise Man's Grandchild. My dad actually watched that.
Yeah. So go ahead.
He was like, why didn't you tell me this was so good? I was like, I didn't even think you watched isekai, so I'm sorry.
I'm dead.
But you've probably seen an isekai and not realized that it was one.
Right, correct.
Like
I watched Sword Art Online and shit. I didn't know it had a name. Yeah. I just know
Sword Art Online is one. Eminence and Shadow is an isekai.
Freaky ass boy.
And isekais typically also have like the longest name. So like the world's finest gets reincarnated into another world as an aristocrat.
Damn.
That's a lot. Yes. I don't even know. I only understood the first and last word, aristocrat and reincarnated.
Yes. They usually have the longest names.
Yeah, that's out. I'm gonna stick to a couple of them. I ain't gonna get too into it. But my choice for the anime selection category, I chose this stupid ass shit.
Whoa.
Because the ending, bro, the ending. It's the ending, bro. It's the ending. So Hunter, 6 seasons.
Not too much.
6 seasons, only 5.5 of it was great, like stupendously great. From 2011 to 2014, it was a remake from like originally 1998 or something like that.
That original artwork was terrible, nigga.
Yeah, it was.
Average, so I imagine.
But no, they brought it back. I fuck with Hunter, bro. What gravitated me to Hunter, I don't even fucking remember. I think I was watching something and I just came across a little nigga. I think Gone and Kilowatt was trending at the time, and I was like, man, let me go rewatch this shit. And I was watching it, instantly fell in love. When I say I just love little niggas that just be on their shit, and Kilowatt was on his shit. Like that was just a young nigga who didn't give a fuck. And I love shows with the white hair characters because I believe in a white hair character myth. Like when anime go
white
around,
hair
they
character supremacy.
Yeah, they got the white hair, man. They just different. They different. And yeah, so I just started watching it like that. I watch reruns of fucking Hunter x Hunter. I don't recall watching that as it aired. I do not at all. If I did, I probably just don't remember it from 2011 in that time frame. But I don't remember it. At that time, I wasn't even really watching TV anyway, so I don't recall.
Yeah.
My favorite character, bro, is Kilowatt. Just because, like I said earlier, I just love it's like Weebay to me. Not too many questions asked. Yeah, if I feel there's a gap in your plan, I'm gonna say what I feel. You feel me? I'm not gonna go in zip lip or nothing. But if you my peoples and I ride for you, I ride for you. Like nigga, it's even fuck family sometimes for my people, like my partners, like blood, like fuck blood for my real, day ones. And like I just love how Kilowatt ride for Gone. Like nigga he was willing to put his brother down behind his
on me,
nigga. Like nigga, I love you, bros.
This is my nigga though. Like
my boy. Like this my boy.
But I also like that even though his brother did torment him and do all that other shit, when it came to protecting his brother though, when Hisoka was on that freaky ass nigga,
he definitely told him like, hey,
that
chill
nigga
out.
told that nigga, hey, brother, I wish you would try to come after my little brother, nigga. We get it popping right now, nigga. Even Hisoka, nigga, that little fight was like, hey, it's good, bro.
Like,
chill out.
I don't want no problem.
Yeah, that's
he knew he couldn't fuck with him. My other favorite character, bro, which I'm actually that would be. My other favorite character too, bro, is Kurapika, the nigga with the chains and the red eyes. Like I can't wait for the new season of Hunter, where it's gonna be following him and Liario instead
with the
of
crimson eye and shit.
Yeah. Because what he did to the lion dude, bro, like real nigga, like don't play with him. I love to see like where the extent of his ability go, because he really, towards like after season 3 or so, they kind of him and Liario kind of damn near died out. Liario was making appearances, as far as on the.
He's like a medic or some shit or like that.
Yeah, like he was making appearances more so. Like I'm talking to the people that put all this the trainings together.
He used his hunter shit to like up his business. It wasn't really like he wasn't trying to hunt. He was more so using it because of the access that having a hunter badge gives you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So I want to see what this new season gonna be about. I said it's focused more on them. So definitely.
I also like the way that was written though. Like, you know what I mean? That type of like having that type of exclusivity. You know what I mean? Like having a hunter's badge. Like
exclusivity.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah. I'm just saying. Like,
that sombrero done changed.
Said, nigga, you left the Mexico, start acting totally different.
I can't even say it again. I'm gonna say it again.
But also, no, I really thought that was dope, especially like. But I mean, yes, it's dope, but I also feel like they should have. You know how we watch animes, and then it starts off being like about this, and it turns into like, is it about this no more? Like Naruto, it started off being about ninjas, and now we talking about aliens and all this other shit. Same thing with Hunter x Hunter, because Kaori loves to correct me. Hunter x Hunter, like when they first started off the series, Gone is like fishing and he's like hunting these big ass fish and shit. When they go into the hunter exam, you have these specialty hunters that only hunt like special type of ants and special type of, you feel me, those type of creatures, and nobody else can fight with those type of creatures but them. I felt like the series would have been 1,000 times better if they would have had a season dedicated to that, to being a hunter, to showing all the different specialties and all the different skill sets it takes to be a hunter, because there's all different types of factions within a society that only focus on certain shit. It's like being in Wakanda and there's Dora Milaje and they like, oh yeah, we're elite, but we have all these different factions that focus on certain different shit. You know what I mean? So
right. I ain't gonna lie, when I first watched the first couple episodes of Hunter x Hunter, I thought it was gonna be like
there she goes.
I thought they was gonna be doing this shit. What's that show called? I did a versus with him. I can't think his name. I think it started with a K. But he got blue hair and he wear like a vest. But like he always, I put him in an eating versus. But he be going around. No, it's a different show. And he go around fighting like all these big ass creatures, but he eat the meat of every creature that he killed, and he only, you know.
Nigga, that sounds like Goku to me. But go ahead.
No, it's something different. I'll look it up and tell you later. But that's what I thought when it first came out. But it definitely turned into something totally different, real fast. But the moment Hisako came in the show, I was like, yeah, I thought these niggas was gonna be hunting for animals. This nigga hunting.
They're hunting for booty.
I'm like, this nigga hunting for ass. Kid ass at that. I was like,
you know,
kid
it's also
ass.
crazy within the world we live in today. You would think, like with cancel culture, that nigga Hisako would have been the fuck out of there.
People love that nigga.
They love him. They protect
tell you how
nigga
perverted they are.
They're weird.
Tell you how perverted they are. When niggas do that cosplay, I question them. I don't give a fuck.
That
I don't
shit
give a
is
fuck.
weird.
Nigga,
And people will be like, oh, because I just made a video about that earlier when I used the sound, and they're like, do you have an I feel statement about, because it's like gender, age is just another thing on your driver's license. And the girl's like, I feel like he wants to fuck children. I was like, that's Hisoka. And the people who are like, oh, well, I don't care about all that. I like Hisoka because
you don't care about what?
like, make it make sense.
You sound like the people who say Griffith didn't do anything wrong, and all of y'all need to fuck him.
Wild. It reminds me of when niggas was defending Drake, like, oh, we knew all that shit. What?
I knew the nigga was a groomer. I don't know about Drake actually being
that's enough for me.
But the nigga is a groomer.
That's enough for when a
definitely
nigga in your daughter's DMs when she turned 18, a nigga go, yeah, I couldn't wait for this day. I'm uncomfortable, nigga.
It's okay.
I'm uncomfortable.
It's okay.
That's creepy.
Creepy as fuck.
So you was window shopping at first, okay?
Man, like how I ain't never looked twice at a teen. So you looked the first time and waited till they got 17, 18. Like, oh yeah, it's about that time. Like, that's crazy.
But it was the same people who watched that documentary, Quiet on the Set, and were mad about that producer having that girl's number, and he's supposed to be having her number so that he can talk to her about her background roles and stuff like that. But they were texting all the time, so y'all are mad at her about that. But Drake having Millie Bobby Brown's phone number when she's 15 is fine.
They went on a date. They went on dates before that. They just
spent the night at his crib.
That's fine because it's Drake and she's also a celeb. Be serious.
Yeah.
Be so serious.
I got two girls at one time in their teens.
That's crazy. Crazy.
Hey, shout out to Aubrey Graham. That boy's a wild nigga. I was a wild nigga. Where was we
I don't even trust a nigga named Aubrey, bro. Like that. That don't even sound like a trustworthy nigga, bro.
I'm fucking dead. That nigga said I don't trust a nigga named Hey. For all future Aubreys out there, watch your back. All right. So I'm just gonna talk about what I dislike because it goes with the endings. No, I'm gonna save it. Because the finale and my dislike for the show all go together.
Got you. They go together.
Mm-hmm. Were there any important messages or emotions you got from watching the series? Always and every time, friendship, honesty, loyalty. You feel me? Don't leave nobody behind. And every situation is a learning lesson. No matter how small someone else may look at it.
Talk.
Or how out of view someone else might see it. Every moment is a learning lesson. And there was a lot of learning moments in fucking Hunter x Hunter, from every fight to every skill learned. You feel me? It was different. Like, it was. I know they do that in a lot of animes and shows, but like, it was just different.
What's up with the face, nigga?
It was just different. What happened?
Because when we started this conversation, you said the name right, and you have said Hunter.
Cause he threw me off when he said it.
Don't do that. Don't put that on me.
When he said it earlier,
I corrected
my bad. We moving on. Hunter x Hunter. That was Khan rubbed off on me.
That's what I'm saying. You just talked about friendship.
Speedy Gonzalez.
You throw friendship out the window, nigga.
No, Speedy Gonzalez, you did me wrong, brother. You set me up for the Okie dog.
Mi amigo. What happened?
Hey. No, fuck that. No, but it's just a lot of learning moments in animes like Hunter x Hunter, though. You feel me? It's like when you got shows that got training arcs, building arcs, growth arcs, you feel me, connecting arcs. Like, it's just like it's it's a lot of shit you can gather from those, you feel me, if you watch long enough. You feel me?
I also want to capitalize off of that. Even his pops, that was the head of his family, of like the assassination family.
Oh, okay. You talking about Kilowatt Pa? I thought you were talking about this other bitch ass nigga. Oh boy.
Who's you about to talk about? The grandpa nigga?
No, I'm talking about Gene bitch ass.
Hold on, which one was Gene?
That's gone bitch ass daddy.
Oh yeah, no, we ain't talking about that.
But continue. You can talk about
Kilowatt, we ain't talking about Gene, but we talking about Kilowatt pops. Even Kilowatt's pops told him way before he met Gon. He said, "Look, nigga, this is what we do. This is what our family stand for. If we say this, nigga, you go. But if you meet a friend, nigga, that you are willing to like risk your life for, that this is your partner, I'll allow it, nigga. I'll let you do what you do." And he found Gon and said, "Yeah, nigga, this is my nigga. This is my partner, nigga, for life, nigga." But I always thought it was kind of weird how they bonded, because it really didn't take nothing for him to take the Gon. Like, that shit was almost like instant. There was no
Gon. I seen what it was. You gotta realize, Kilowatt lived under rules and management.
Right.
When he met Gon was free.
About to say.
He seen Gon as free, but he stood on business though. He's like, I respect that right there. I want to be that kid right there. Like, he free. He don't got the same ties that I gotta deal with my family being who they are. Like, bruh chooses to do what we doing. He ain't have to, because Kilowatt had to. Like, you was raised like that. Your family from a, you feel me? Gon's choosing to do this shit, but he's living free at the same time. He ain't tied to nothing. Like, when they went and took Kilowatt and Gon came to get him, shit like that, he's like, man, this nigga really doing as he want to do. Like, he ain't letting no rules and regulations or family ties or lineage hold him back from being who he want to be. And Kilowatt wanted to side with that. He's like, I'm with that. I want to be with that nigga right there.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. If it was two niggas that I'm scared of, bro, it's those two little niggas. I ain't gonna lie. It ain't no other little kid in anime that scared me like them two niggas, bro.
The shit I seen that nigga do with a yo-yo, I'm not fucking with them. Yeah, I'm good.
Them niggas ain't right up here, bro.
Hey. I don't want to see no walk the dog, no elevator. I don't see none of your yo-yo tricks, nigga. You got it,
bro. That nigga Gon was practicing, bro. That nigga, I forget bro name. It's on top of my tongue, but it's the nigga with the big pipe. You feel me? Pause. The nigga with the smoke shit.
Morel.
Yeah, that nigga flexed on that nigga and said, "Oh, nigga, you want to come with us to go fight the the Chimera Ants, let me see what you got. And this nigga gone. Nigga blinked the fuck out. And Killer was like, hey, chill, nigga. He's like, oh, my bad. I was about to kill your ass. Like, yeah, nigga, you got it, bro. Like, you got it, bro. Like, this nigga is tweaking. This nigga was about to kill the blue blind girl just on GP because he knew it would fuck with the cat, like the Chimera Ant girl. Like, bro, like that nigga was tweaked out. Nigga, like, yeah, no, I'm not fucking with.
You don't fuck with nobody like that.
Nah, them niggas is nah.
That nigga's different. Them niggas
different. Them niggas really stand on business, nigga. Like Killua and the Gone, nigga. That's them some killers, bro. Like I don't even know. I can't really make them. I can't even say those as heroes, nigga. Like those is some anti-heroes as fuck. Damn, they're villains, nigga.
Them niggas for show hunters, man. That's all I'm gonna say. The niggas a hunter, man. When they go in for their prey, nigga, you might not.
The first time Gon killed one of the niggas, he said, "Hey, y'all know." He said, "Y'all know we finna kill niggas." They said, "We have no problem with that." We knew exactly who we was signing up for. And when he socked the Chimera Ant nigga, he flew to like another city. Like that was his first time killing. He didn't hesitate. Like, bruh,
ain't no time to hesitate. Fuck you mean?
Them niggas was really in the field.
Hey, them niggas was fucking with it. Shout out to that nigga Kite too, bro.
Oh
Kite.
Man, R.I.P. bro.
Kite was a real nigga.
R.I.P. to my nigga Kite, bro. That was a real nigga, bro.
Hey,
one of the only niggas I know that can pull off a tomboy hat, nigga. That shit was nigga clean.
That nigga was in there fucking with it.
Yeah.
What is it? What do they say in Mama City loves to reenact? I really don't reenact shit. I'm gonna keep it a band, but I do love. Well, my nigga Gone turned into that grown up nigga with the Daisy Duke song.
Man, with the long ass bust down.
That nigga, hey, Killer Watt even got scared for a minute when that nigga was pounding the cat bitch. When that nigga was pounding that cat bitch, he had Killer Watt scared. And it was, you didn't see Killer Watt scared in that show, but like once before. It was like, damn, this nigga tripping.
Yeah, this nigga, he gone. You feel me? He gone.
Bro definitely snapped. Snapped and went in on that bitch.
You know a nigga snapped when the bitch took his arm and the nigga didn't even flinch. He said, oh man, now I'm more like Kite. I said, oh yeah, this nigga's, he mentally checked, bro. When you lose an arm and you actually embrace it and you happy because you like, oh, this reminds me of Kite. I get something to remember him by. This little nigga is tripping.
Bro was tweaked the fuck out, boy. That nigga took that bath salt, boy. He was gone. I was like, oh yeah, it's over. I'm like, oh yeah, this nigga tweaked the fuck out. All right, so for me, right, my last two questions. So we're gonna talk about this bitch ass nigga Gene, right? I feel like this show ended stupid as hell. I know it's supposed to be coming back out, but I do feel like the show ended dumb as hell. I definitely could see it surviving in this era, but for us to sit here and hear stories about, I feel about this nigga, how this nigga feel about goddamn Pervy Sage. This nigga Gene, you hear about Gene all series long. Oh yeah, Gene, one of the greatest. Gene's one of the greatest to ever do it. Yeah, Gene, he that nigga. Yeah, Gene. Goddamn, there made a song about the goddamn nigga. Gene.
Hey, didn't one of the black cosplayer girls make a song out of that? Like Gene, Gene, I forgot how it go, but
the fuck if I know, but all I know is. Speaking of Leario put it in motion. He kept the nigga around long enough for this nigga Gone to be able to run into the nigga and shit. But it's like, bruh, you mean to tell me you've been a bad daddy the whole show? You've been an absent father this whole goddamn show. Got your son chasing you across the goddamn world, getting his ass in all kinds of situations, fighting goddamn cosmic roaches and beetle bugs and the Cell 2.0.
Cosmic roaches is crazy.
You feel me? It's like, bruh, How you gonna be a bad father to Gon and a bad father to us people watching the show? That's crazy. You mean to tell me I watch this whole shit and I don't get to see you fight or do nothing? Like nothing? Like go climbing up this damn tree rock mountain damn thing and y'all sitting up there having this peachy ass conversation. That nigga should have gave you a quick right hook real quick and then hugged you. Like, nigga, you
on game. On game.
Like, bro, you got me chasing you around, my nigga, the world, and like,
and he knew
he was avoiding him intentionally. If it wasn't for Leario, he would have got away again and slid out on Gon. He tried to. And they was
I also want to say this though. This nigga Gon had a moment to, I think, if I'm not mistaken, whoever watches this or even my cast members, if y'all want to let me know, I could have sworn in the beginning of the show, Jing left like some type of like device, and Gon got to learn like, oh, he could learn the location of Jing, and he could have learned who his mama was, but he was like, nah, I'm cool. I was like, I ain't never seen a nigga just choose to have a hard life. Like, I know Jing was already out the picture, but I think he had like a easy route to go find a nigga, and he chose. He was like, nah, if my father wanted me to find him, he would have been here. So I'm gonna go find out the hard way. Like
that's worse than Sinbad, my nigga. You remember Sinbad had to go find his dad, know his dad. I'm like, damn, this nigga gone. You mean to tell me you accepting everything this nigga put you through, y'all gonna just go sit at the top of this goddamn fake ass world tree and it's good? Like, y'all, we don't get a fight. This nigga don't come save you from your final battle or nothing. Like, the way it was building up, I thought Jing was gonna come fight the fake Cell Jr. looking motherfucker. Mm-hmm. None of that. No, we ain't even see Jing throw a goddamn pencil across the table. They ain't even show the nigga hunt nothing. Like, what the fuck?
And the nigga looked like a bum. That's the crazy part. The nigga dressed like a bum. This nigga was ass bandana, bro. He don't got a crazy ass aftershave. Like, nigga,
Jing is for sure top 3 in my worst daddy list. Is him, Brock Daddy, and the one nigga off of Full Metal Alchemist that turned his daughter Tucker. Them the worst 3 daddies in the world besides Goku at number 4, because that nigga's a terrible father.
He is horrible.
Terrible father.
Kyle Hayberg said it himself, so that shit is canon to me. If the voice of Gohan say his daddy trash,
I mean, it was his daddy.
Right? How you gonna tell this nigga about his daddy?
Everybody every time I say that, people are like, "Oh no," because Goku was terrible dad, and Gohan knows that. That's his father.
Right, your son was raised by a green alien with a turban on.
That originally shot his daddy and his uncle.
It couldn't even be his fake daddy. He could never take that nigga to father-son day at school. People gonna be looking around like, what the fuck is this?
I ain't gonna lie though, but when Piccolo finally put that shit on, that nigga put that shit on, bro. Like with a backwards hat, with the G's and the. I think Piccolo, that is a black character, bro.
Hell no. You know it's real because Piccolo got to get that happy, proud father moment when his son powered up to beast mode. And he was like, that's my boy right there. I was here to see it. I knew he had it in. And I got one too, but I still got my ass full. What the fuck sense did that make?
I've never understood why they do Piccolo like that, but you know what? It's because he's black. So, yeah.
Bro, they powered him up, made the nigga get a crimson chin, turned the nigga in orange, and he still got his ass whooped.
They do Piccolo so dirty, I don't like it.
And it's crazy because he got the best power sets. Like the nigga can reach his arms out hella far. He can regrow limbs. He can grow to a giant size. Like the nigga got hella.
They gave him
absorb people like
his flowers in Lord Slug, but then of course had to revert to, oh my bad, you're just one of the niggas. Where is Goku at?
They try to Yamcha the fuck out of Piccolo. I ain't gonna lie.
He the real daddy when Pam and all them niggas had to be babysat, and he had to tell them how to babysit. Like, she likes this. This is her favorite bedtime story. You gotta go. Y'all can't keep telling this nigga that this nigga wasn't the real daddy, nigga. You ain't never seen Goku.
Don't nobody know nothing about them kids. Like
nothing. Not a now nothing.
He the granddaddy, everything. By Nan Nutty. No, don't nobody say that Nan Nutty like you say that Nan Nutty. I'm dead. But yeah, we gonna wrap that up, man. That was pretty much it, man. Y'all tell us what y'all think. We're gonna post this post on our Facebook page. Y'all can drop some comments below. Let us know if y'all got some shows that y'all can think of, or animes or whatever, that left y'all feeling some type of way at the season finale, or tell us what gravitated you to that show and how you felt when it ended. Drop some comments below. But that was this episode. Oh wait, wrong one. I'm way down. Yeah, so how I felt when my favorite series ended, man. Brought to you by Tapping No Capping. I'm your boy Strawhatjuuffy. These are the other people. I'll let them say what
other way.
Say.
The other niggas.
The other niggas. On my screen right now, y'all right there.
Yeah, you pointed that way.
So it's hard because I've been used to pointing this way because usually y'all been right there.
Stupid, bro.
Hi, Duke.
What's happening, Duke? Hey, shout out to Duke, man. You a real brother, man. Thanks for housing me, bro. Being a real nigga. Took me on a ride along. You're a real... Hey, can't wait to see you in this upcoming event.
Hey, Duke, bro, they told me that you was up there at San Diego Comic-Con and you helped arrest some of them 14 sex trafficker people. They said that was you up there under... They say you was undercover. No, I'm just...
So you gonna blow his cover? Damn.
That's crazy. That told you, real... Who needs enemies with friends like these?
We're brothers.
Yeah, we're happy and we're single and we're colored.
But no, I want to thank y'all for pulling up to this episode of Speedy Gonzalez. No, I'm just saying, do y'all thing. I just keep thinking that's funny. This nigga is something better. Hey, if you're not first, then you're last.
That's funny.
If you're not first, then you're last. I'm surprised Kaori ain't saying nothing about my hat though.
I didn't see it. What does it say?
Yeah.
Goodness, I love. We have a horror con that'll be here on the second week of January.
I had to get that new one. I got Chucky.
I love that. Huh? What'd you say?
Yeah.
I said, where's here? You said you're talking about
in Vegas.
In
it's
Vegas.
called Days of the Dead.
Okay.
I'm down to go. Let's go to that horror shop one day. You know which one I'm talking about downtown? Right there, the horror store.
I don't leave my house, so I'm not sure.
Well, let's go to the horror store. I think you enjoy.
I actually need to go to the Halloween store because we're decorating inside and outside, and the theme outside, which is where I'm in charge of. I'm in charge of the outside, so
this store is all year round, so it's actually a real horror store. It's downtown.
Yeah, I need to go and get things for the house because the outside theme is creatures. So we have spiders, bats, rats.
Yeah,
I'm cool on the rats. I'm cool on the rats.
Yeah, nigga, you be really working. That's right. Wait. I thought this was a time you normally get off, bro.
Isn't he a police officer?
He is, but his hours is normally.
We got a 4, 5, 6, 1, 2 in progress. I got a 4, 5, 6, 1, 2 in progress. Ball nigga in pursuit. Ball nigga in pursuit. Over and out. Over and out.
Well, yeah, man. Kaori, you want to tell us about any upcoming events you got or anything like that? Why is my screen so small and y'all so big?
I don't know.
It don't look. It don't look.
Other
like
than,
no.
Fuck it. Let's do it like this.
LA Comic Con. I'm going to do kind of like a recap on the Blood Hunt. The Blood Hunt series. So which ones that you should read with the tie-ins, which ones you should not, because some of them are already a waste of time. And I went to see Twisters, so I'm going to do a review for it on Kaori's Corner, as well as a review for Deadpool and Wolverine. If you ain't seen it yet, don't come to my channel because I am spoiling all that shit. Sorry.
Respect. Well,
All right,
y'all heard her. Show up. This was a good episode. Strawhatjuuffy. We appreciate you. You know what I mean?
Please, the
You
comments.
What do you say? Y'all looking like the Mount Rushmore.
You are looking like the Negro nerds.
That's funny.
You know what? God damn it. It's always somebody.
This ain't right. This ain't how it's supposed to look. But anyways.
I don't know why it's looking. We broken it. See, so we got right here.
There we
go. There
go.
it is. Thank you. All right. Well, this has been y'all. This has been your show, man. Thank y'all for tuning in on a Friday night. You know what I'm saying? You did not have to switch me back right there.
It just bothers me.
I don't know why, bro. We'll
you
talk
being
about
on
that
the bottom is so odd.
I don't know
because
why.
I need to do. I didn't got
because
used to
you don't
this.
go there.
Who
you know
said?
how hard it was hard to patent this down. Like
We wasn't trying to demote him to the bottom. See, exactly. He's supposed to be up there.
He's a bottom dweller. He's a bottom dweller. Sorry, bro. He's a bottom dweller. He's like catfish.
My shit is fucking up. But thank y'all for tuning in.
It's the sombrero. It's fucking up the signal.
This is Capping No Capping, man. Y'all like, follow, subscribe. We appreciate y'all. We hope y'all have a good night. Thank you, Jew, for doing your thing on this show. You did a good job, bro. Thank you for Kaori showing up on time and everything. We did good, man. Let's do another episode better in whatever next time. You know what I mean? Y'all have a good night.
This episode was brought to you in part by